Welcome to Hornet Football on Sportsnet, USA.net. Hi, I'm Mark Pavlovich along with Corey Neyland and Joseph Popolenko. We are the voices of Fullerton College football. The Bobcats are here with the Hornets, and Corey, this is really that game that you either have glory or sadness at the end of the game, because a few years back it was the miracle catch down at the Bobcats' home field to put the Hornets in the playoffs. A few years back it was the mysterious bounce catch against the Hornets that took them out of the playoffs. This is really that catch game.
Yes, it is. Now, it's going to be an outstanding matchup tonight, guys, or today, I should say. Not quite in this football weather at Shapell Stadium. Mark, Fullerton's got a chance to beat Saddleback and then next week go against Golden West for the conference title if both teams win. Saddleback would like nothing better to come out here and put one on Fullerton and take home the victory today.
Back deep is going to be Stokes. Standing next to him is going to be Gushkin for the Bobcats. Stokes back pedals, grabs it in the end zone, and he's going to take a knee. So we're off and running. The Bobcats against the Hornets. The Hornets, to keep their dreams alive, need to win the game. The Bobcats need to spoil the Hornets' day by coming home with a win here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Almost. Barry comes to the far side of the field. Hicks standing next to him. At quarterback is going to be Nash.
First and 10 Bobcats.
Nash checks out of the play. Hand it on a nice little end around to Hicks, trying to get some opening. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage, kicks out of one. They refuse to take him down. He doesn't go down, and Corey, it was stopped. It was a loss, and at the end of the day, he picks up 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice run. Way to keep his feet moving. What happened was that we got to believe that Fullerton was waiting for a whistle. Thought they got him stopped, eased up just a little, and he picks up a nice positive gain of, you said, 5 yards.
Andrew Wimmer, the running back for the Bobcats. Near side of the field is Hicks with Barry outside of him. Second down and 5 at the 30 for Saddleback. Headed off to Wimmer. Going to the outside, we've got a flag on the play. Gain of 2, but it looks like it's coming back. So we'll see what the officials are calling on that play.
Bobcat Walker, Andrew Wimmer, flag on the play.
Looking for the official call. The officials are taking their time. They're walking back. Nobody has signaled anything yet. Illegal chop block is what is called against Saddleback.
That offensive line for the Bobcats, Taj Bryson, William Spar, Christian Herrera, Jacob Hubar, and Shane Roberson. Those are the offensive line unit for the Bobcats.
So that's going to move the ball back to the 15 for Saddleback. It's going to make a second down and 20 at the 50. Going back, Nash steps up in the pocket, gets hit when the ball is thrown. Intercepted, take it out of the receiver's hand. Ball goes down on the ground, gets kicked up again. The scrum is on, picked up at the 30, looking to get a run back on that. And it finally goes down. And Corey, a defensive play, because you look at it right there. Darius Maxwell was open on the play, ready to catch the ball, and then all of a sudden a man in a blue jersey snatches it away from him.
Yeah, he was hit as he was throwing the ball. So Nash, as he was hit, underthrew it just a little bit and affected. O'Shea Davis comes up with the interception. We talked to his family member before the game, walking up the steps, saying, that's mine. And she roots for the whole Hornet team, and he makes a big play today. His first interception of the season for O'Shea.
Chandler comes in at quarterback. Brandon Rankin standing behind him. First down and 10 at the 32 on the first turnover of this big game today for the Hornets. They fake it to Brandon Rankins. Looking. Jersey gets pulled on the play. Dropped in the money and dropped. And Christopher Kuntz, who I got told by Griff down there, was going to be challenged out there to make the big plays today. And so you're saying no flag because the ball gets tipped?
No, I'm saying he didn't drop it. It was tipped out of his hands as it was there. Trevor Romaldo, who was beat and who pulled on the jersey to get beat, still got beat. He tipped it out at the last moment, preventing Kuntz from making the catch.
Second down and 10. Right at the 33. Ball was there, got tipped away. They throw it quickly out in the flat, caught there by McCray. McCray gets a gain of maybe 2 across the 35. They're going to mark him at the 36.
And there's Hiram DeFries, who makes the stop for the Bobcats.
So Thomas goes to the far side of the field. McCray's going with him.
36, Hornets.
Try to get him to jump. Toby Sanaki, near side of the field. Throw it over the flat, taken there, try to spin out of a tackle, gets thrown backwards on that reception. So McCray, they go to him back-to-back, catches it. I'm going to say they're going to mark it around. Boy, and they're not. They're going to mark it where he got thrown backwards. Yeah. Interesting, because he made forward progress up to the 38, but they're going to call him down as a -1 on the catch.
Yeah, because he was thrown back and regained himself to try to move up the field. They're going to mark it at the 35. Interesting. But again, good defensive possessions by both squads early on in this first quarter.
Barry's deep for this punt for the Hornets. Barry's going to stand at the 32. High snap over the punter's head. He kicks it for a safety, and so Saddleback gets on the board to start this game with 12-14 in the game. It's Saddleback 2, Fullerton 0 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, I tell you what, if you had that problem driving a car the way they had that problem on putting the football, there's only one place you need to go, and that's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Yeah, if a hiccup happens to that Toyota, well, I tell you what, take that hiccup and make sure that you end up getting that new used Toyota at Miller Toyota Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So they finally signal a safety on a high snap, and then the kicker turns around and kicks it out of the end zone instead of picking up, trying to do anything else with it. Do you think it's a smart play?
Well, I think that's what you're talking when you're close to the goal line. You don't want to attempt to pick it up at fumble. We just saw it on the interception. Gets poked out of your hands. Saddleback picks it up, walks into the end zone for 7 or 6. You want to give up 2 instead of 6. Let your defense work that, as they had a positive experience on that first possession.
Okay, and here's my question. Could they say illegal batting the ball, the play is dead where he kicks it, they get the ball at the 2 and then march off a yard against the Hornets so that Saddleback has an opportunity to get a touchdown?
No, it should be kicked it out of the end zone. You get 2 points.
Okay. See, because, I mean, that's the way if I'm a coach, I'm going to say they illegally batted the ball. He kicked it out of the end zone. Do I get the ball at the 2? Guess what? Guess who's right?
So what happens is...
Guess who's right up in the booth? The old guy.
So guess it was illegal touching.
It's illegal touching when they kick the ball out of the end zone. Therefore, they mark it there, and you have the option to take the 2 or take possession of the football. Right call by the officials. We've got an observer from the officials, so Corey, we can grab him or find out from him.
After future conference, taking the 2 points off the board, balls awarded the Bobcats
I have never seen that.
I know that rule exists. I thought it existed. So the Bobcats, 1st and goal at the 2. Nash puts people in motion. They want to get that touchdown. Hand it straight up the middle. Stopped. Is the ball in? It's going to be down. And actually, you have nothing to lose because you can attempt for a field goal. They have a decent field goal kicker. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal for the Bobcats.
So in essence, no, that wasn't a good decision, and I was wrong on that. But again, your mind tells you to kick it out of the end zone 4-2. You know, it's still a good decision. But hey, Saddleback looking to score 6. Interesting game.
And you notice how Garrett didn't come on the field to argue the call. 2nd and goal. They hand it off to Weimer again. Field opens, gets stopped, does not get in. No, he's down. And Saddleback thought he fell backwards, Corey, but his bottom touched the ground, and it's where the ball is positioned when your bottom touches. 3rd and goal from a half a yard for the Bobcats. Quarterback sneak, we'll see. Hornets are looking. Here comes the quarterback sneak. He should get in. It should be touchdown, Bobcats.
So Drew Nash on the 3rd and inches gets quarterback sneak to score the first 6 of the ball game for the Bobcats. And again, the start you wanted for Saddleback, as they came into this game 3-5, 1-2 in division play. But again, we've talked to the coaches all week long, and they've said their record is not indicative of the talent they have on the field.
Eduardo Reeves in. No, I mean Justin Kaplan. Kaplan comes in. The kick is up. We have a flag on the play. So it's offsides against Fullerton. So now they're going to go for 2 because it's half the distance to the goal. So back-to-back mistakes by the Hornets to start this game. Field goal was good by Kaplan. Offsides by the Hornets. They accept the penalty, so now they're going to go on the field and try and get a 2-point conversion. So the Bobcats cut open a wound. They're trying to pour salt on it right now with 11:10 to go here in the first quarter. Nash with Weimer to his left. Try to get the Hornets to jump. They run the option play with Weimer. Comes in and he scores too easily, and the Bobcats are now up by 8 quickly in this game.
Well executed. So Dimitri Hernandez came in with the hit on Nash, but again, Weimer was out there just on that left side, had no help, strolls into the end zone. Best start, best case scenario for the Bobcats to come in against Fullerton.
So with 11:10 to go in the first quarter, if you just got here, the Hornets picked off a pass from Nash, could do nothing with it. Then there was a high snap over the punter's head. He kicked it through the end zone. The way I remember a rule was that you, at that time, could say, okay, I'm going to, if he'd have picked it up and ran it in there, then it would have been a touchback. I thought it was an illegal batting rule. I guess the officials on the field agreed. So they get the ball at the 2, finally run it in. They get it offsides on the extra point. They take the opportunity to score 2, and we're at 8-0 here with 11:10 to go in the first quarter. Sean Griffin back deep with Jordan Smith for the Hornets. Goes to Smith. Smith takes it at the 10. Up to the 20. Stopped at the 20. Goes down at the 20. And the fan base and the team for Saddleback, Corey Neyland, they've got the juices flowing quickly in this game.
And on defense for the Bobcats, Drew Hernandez, Sean Owens, Isaiah Sierra, one of the backers and captains, Timothy Jones, Kyle Thomas, Angelo Rooks, Trevor Romaldo, Mason Young, and Hiram DeFries are the unit for the Bobcats, and they run that 3-3-5 that they've run for years upon years.
Galban at quarterback, Rankins at running back. They go back to throw. Throw it down. Galban looks, goes down and get it. On the far side of the field, a nice catch right there by Braden Huffman, who goes down on his hip, slides into third, and makes the catch. Near side of the field is Byers. Coy Thomas in the slot. Huffman to the far side of the field, Kashawn Griffin in the slot. First down, we get a flag on the play.
False start on the Hornets. Nathan Ramirez, center. Marcelo Saenz at the right guard. Left guard will be William Peroni.
So it's first down, Corey. For people watching at home, they have the down marker at second. It is first down.
The left tackle is going to be Daniel Medelis, and the right tackle in his first start this year is Dylan Nichols.
So first and 15 now at the 42. Low hike, handed off to Rankins. Rankins is hit in the backfield, driven down. See where they'll mark him down at. Should be at the 38. So a loss of 3 on the play. It's now second down and 18.
Isaiah Sierra's there. This season, the team's second leading tackler.
Byers to the near side. Thomas still in the slot. They fake it. Look for the middle of the field. Throw it right there. Kashawn Griffith gets it. Backpedals. Gets across the 50 all the way down to the 47. It's going to make a third down and a long 4, and you almost feel like with 9:58 to go in the first quarter, it's 4-down territory.
Not yet.
They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Brandon Rankins stays on his feet. Breaks 2, breaks 3, and drags a Bobcat across the 25. You know, it used to be illegal in the state of California to drag a Bobcat. First down for the Hornets. Right at the 24. 34. Look over the middle of the field. Kashawn Griffin goes up and gets it. He's down at the 10. And so far, you've got to look at Chandler Galban, Corey. He's relaxed in throwing the football.
Yeah, 26-yard gain. Actually, a 29-yard gain on the play. Waited for Kashawn to go up and get it.
First down and goal. Handed off to Rankins. Goes off a left tackle. Refuses to go down. Looks like he almost gets to the 5. So with 8:59 to go, the Hornets trying to get back in the game. Byers out to the right. Griffin out to the left. They come, throws over, going to overshoot the receiver. He was out of the end zone. They call him out of the end zone. Both officials, there's one on top of the play and on the back side of the play. Both wanted to see if he got one foot down, Corey. They're going to say he didn't get an initial foot down in the end zone. So it's going to bring third and goal from the 5. Galban in a shotgun. Rankins right next to him. Bobcats come. Galban drops it, and he looked at the pressure coming, and they're going to call the ball down. So here comes the field goal unit for the Hornets, and again, they move down the field and walk away offensively with no points.
So another bad snap. So their second possession, second bad snap, but they were moving the ball down the field progressively and nicely with Chandler Galban coming out and looking confident, more confident than he has been this whole season.
Bobby Palacio is the holder on this field goal. High snap. Kick is up. And the kick is good. So with 7:56 to go here in the first quarter, it's now the Bobcats 8, the Hornets 3, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Neyland, this is something we see consistently with the Hornets. They'll move down the field, they'll look good, and yet the hiccup around the end zone. Sometimes they don't score a touchdown. They've lost games. You give me that weird look like, no, Mark, I don't really think so.
I think they've been good down in the red zone, and especially within the 10 because they had Brandon Rankins at back. He's got 9 touchdowns rushing this season. When they've gotten down there with Jay Edwards and Chandler Godwin being able to move with their feet, they have been effective down there and getting touchdowns instead of settling for field goals.
Back deep again is going to be Stokes. Next to him is going to be Gushkin. So it's 8-3 early in the first quarter here at Shapell Stadium. Stokes stands there quietly, catches it at the 5 to the 20. Looks to go to the outside, gets corralled at the 25. They finally push him back. So forward progress should be exactly at the 25 for the Bobcats with 7:49 to go here in the first quarter. 8-3 so far in this game.
Set that defense for the Hornets. Troy McDonald starting left to right at one end. Sean Morris and Jason Wallace both gets to start at the interior defensive line. And Dimitri Hernandez gets his second start of the season is the right end.
Weimer right behind Nash. Far side of the field. Hicks and Berry. First down and 10 at the 25 for the Bobcats. They have off the Weimer. He turns around, tries to get back, and the right side of the defense, Corey, it felt like all 4 players pushed their way in the backfield.
Yeah, Junior Wiley, Jordan Wright, Dimitri Hernandez were all in the backfield along with Jalen Early. Weimer had nowhere to go. The linebackers along with Jalen and Junior is Nick Hurtado. Isaac Hurtado. Far side corners already had a pick, and that is O'Shea Davis. And the safeties are Jonathan Smith and Chandler Brown, 2 of the top 3 leading tacklers for the Hornets.
Ashley now enters into the backfield. Nash looks, trying to get protection, has to backpedal, throws it to Weimer out in the flat. The sidelines is there, and the Hornets use that as an extra defender to stop him from making any progress on the play.
Jalen Early, Hurtado as well. But again, they played good fundamental defense these last 3 games. They've finally brought into Coach Crooks's, the defensive coordinator, Coach Crooks's style and what they want to do on the defensive side of the ball.
Berry and Hicks to the near side of the field. Nash in a shotgun. Weimer standing next to him. Big third down and 11. Right at the 23 for the Bobcats. The Hornets go with just the front 4. They go over. Almost up in the air to be picked off, and when it's thrown and hits you in the hands, well, Roebuck should have caught the football.
Yeah, he should have caught the football, and Junior Wiley not practicing his tip drills lets that one drop. But again, I think it was good defense by the Hornets. Roebuck would have had to put on a nice move against a sure tackler if he had caught it. But Fullerton stands pat and create this 4th and 11.
Keshawn Griffin in, standing at the 40, looking for that first punt return for a touchdown. Here it comes. Kick is away. High spiral. Griffin's going to signal for a fair catch and takes it at the 35. So with 6:23 to go here in the first quarter, it's the Bobcats 8, the Hornets 3 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Remember, stick around. This game is important for the Hornets, as is the following game here on Sportsnet, USA.net. At Golden West College with Ryan Osborne taking on San Diego Mesa at 6 o'clock tonight here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Smith goes to the far side of the field. Galban still in at quarterback. First down and 10. Galban takes on a quarterback keeper. Goes up the middle, stays on his feet, gets hit, but not after a pickup of 12 on the play.
And a good job by Chandler. I mean, it was a design run. He goes up the middle, reminiscent of when this offense first came in with Jordan Hoy, who had those design runs to get the offense more rhythm and motion.
McCray and Smith at the far side of the field. Brandon Rankin's up the middle. They hand it off to Brandon. The pile keeps moving. Rankin finally gets knocked backwards, but they're going to give him the 50, gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 at midfield. 5:48 to go here in the first quarter. Second down and 7 for the Hornets at the 50. Brandon Rankins gets it again. Goes up the middle. Gets a gain of about 2 more. So they're going to mark him down at the 48. It should bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Nathan O'Rourke, a 6-foot freshman, is in on the stop. He wears number 35 in white for the Bobcats.
McCray and Kuntz go to the far side of the field. Kashawn Griffin to the near side of the field. 3rd down and 5, right at the 48. Throw it over, and Galban throws it before McCray comes out of his break. And it's an incomplete pass, and we'll see what there is going on here. It is now 4th down. And it looked like the Hornets were going to go for it. And, Corey, I've got the strange feeling that the Hornets have decided if we're going to win this thing, we need to make a statement here. 4th and 5 at the 48 for Fullerton. Galban rolls out. Had somebody to throw it to in the flat. Never looked at Thomas's direction, who was all alone. All he needed to do was run 4 yards up the field, was ignored, and it's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, but I think Chandler was thinking 4 yards more to run against a defense that's playing hounding on the defensive side of the ball. You might not make that 4 yards against the Bobcats today in that situation. Tried to hit McCray coming back to meet, but again, good coverage on the scene by Trevor Romaldo.
Figgins now in at running back for the Bobcats. 1st down and 10 at the 49. Nash throws it in the gap, and it's a foot race. And this foot race is over with Stokes, as Stokes basically goes 52 yards. Touchdown, Bobcats.
All it is a quick look into Stokes. The outside linebackers are outside with the receivers, and they come back in the inside on that seam. So you get a quick little look in with Stokes. And again, with no safeties deep, normally the Hornets have 2 safeties deep. Not this time. They were playing bump and run coverage, and they pay the price for 6 quick points.
And if you're a Hornet fan, you can feel your heart sinking right about now. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. So the Bobcats, defense stops the Hornets, and the offense says, hey, don't treat our little brother badly. We're going to show you what Big Brother does. And Big Brother goes down there in one play to now be up on the Hornets 15-3 with 4:51 in the first quarter.
And this is very reminiscent of the start of the 2017 semifinal game in the SCFA playoffs to get to the finals against Riverside. Saddleback started off quickly, got up to a 14-0 lead and a 21-7 lead before Fullerton came back. Fullerton finally won that game 33-21. We'll see if this Hornet team can come back on this Bobcat team again. The Gauchos in 2017 couldn't hold that lead. Let's see if the Bobcats right now, because again, we said it before, Mark, when we rolled up here. Saddleback was here.
Yeah.
They were ready to play. They knew something about this game that nobody else did on the Fullerton side or pretty much in the SCFA, that we got a chance.
Yeah, they were here at 9:30 this morning. Corey was here at 9. They rolled up. They knew Corey brought donuts. They rolled up right behind him. Kashawn Griffin goes back, runs into the end zone, and takes it right there. So, and the Gauchers are going to say, wait, we're going to tell you, and here comes a fight on the field, Corey. And Joe can tell you, and I can tell you, there was a lot of chipping going on out there. There was talk back from everybody and smack from everybody on the field.
Terrell Davis for Saddleback and Brandon Sun for Fullerton. Wrestling at the 30.
If you're a Hornet fan, you're down by 12. If you're a Bobcat fan, you're up by 12. You're feeling good so far in this game. First down and 10 at the 25. Jordan Tate goes to the far side of the field. Galban still at quarterback. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Gets up the middle of the field, stays on his feet, refuses to go down, gets up 35, should be enough for a first down. Gain of 10.
Strong running early on by Brandon. Again, 9 touchdowns coming into this ball game. 77 carries, 339 yards. Also has 15 receptions.
Malik Winston is it as the up back. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. No, they fake it to him. Charles Byers across the middle of the field on a crossing route has the ball come off his hands. Incomplete pass.
Now that one he's got to come up with. That one wasn't tipped. Good job by Galvin waiting for him to clear on the post. And again, that middle's been open twice, just haven't been able to connect.
Byers to the near side of the field. Tate to the far side of the field. Rankin in running back. Second down and 10 at the 35. Hand it off to Brandon Rankin. Brandon Rankin's at the 50. Brandon Rankin's is a 40, 30, 20, 10. Refuses to go down. Back pedals all the way to the 3. Corey Neyland, you're smiling over there because you knew eventually Brandon Rankins would break one.
62 yards on the run. Again, we've been waiting for that all season from Brandon. And we get a timeout on the field because they're waiting for the down marker to get to get to the 3-yard line.
And the Hornets are going, hurry up.
Yeah.
And so timeout was called. That allows. And so we get, now that should be illegal substitution, I'm going to say, against the Bobcats.
Well, the thing is, they're going to say because the down marker was still running down to the 3, they might say and pick up that flag, or that they get a timeout.
Or picking up the flag. So, Corey, you might be right. What they did is they did get a timeout.
Yeah, they did get the timeout.
They got the timeout.
Okay.
So with timeout on the field, 4:08 to go here in a really entertaining first quarter, to say the least. It's the Bobcats 15, the Hornets 3, here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
I almost
Joe,
stayed up with that run.
Yeah, Joe,
Almost.
You almost stayed up with the run?
Almost.
No, I've seen you run. You're not as fast as you used to be.
Camera.
I've seen you run a camera. You're still not as fast as you used to be here on Sportsnet, USA.net. So would have been illegal substitution against the Bobcats. They got a timeout on the field, which saved the penalty. But it's first and goal for the Hornets at the 3. Byers goes out to the far side of the field. Griffin to the near side of the field. Ryan Black, the up back. Brandon Rankins, the deep back. Matt Blackney in at quarterback. Brandon Rankins runs. They're going to get him just short. He's going to be down at the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
And for Brandon, that was his longest run of the game, or longest run of the season, of 62 yards. Again, his longest run in his career here at Fullerton as well.
Tight set. Rankin still at running back. Black the up back. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. He should have snuck in. Touchdown, Hornets. He got small, baby. He got small. For a kid built like him, that's almost like putting you in a pair of size 28 pants. He got that small.
Nobody gets that small. And again, his 10th touchdown of the season, one of the leaders in the CCCAA. Brandon Rankins having an all-conference type of season for the Hornets, and a nice bounce back and a nice drive for Fullerton.
So the ball will be spotted at the 10. Bobby Palacio, the holder, gets it down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. We're not out of the first quarter yet. And it's the Bobcats 15, the Hornets 10 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Velasquez is still perfect on the season on extra points. Make that 22 out of 22 earlier with that field goal. Made him 70 of 11 for the season. And we talk about the past because, well, Fullerton is honoring today the 65 and 67 Sherbeck national championship teams. And this game is starting out like the 2013 game.
Yeah.
Where it was back and forth. Both teams were alive. Fullerton came out a little bit flat today. Saddleback all on it. And now it's going back and forth. And Saddleback, if there's any indication of previous matchups, which is 17-17 tied in the all-time series, Saddleback will come back and do something positive.
Stokes back again. This time, Wimmer is back with him. Stokes is going to take it at the goal line. Up to the 10. Goes the outside, turns the corner, gets driven out of bounds across the 20. We'll see where the ball gets spotted at. So if you like offense, you've got to love this first quarter with 3:32 to go. Both teams have found something special. We heard earlier in the game that we might see the running game more today for the Hornets. Berry and Hicks come to the near side of the field. Nash still at quarterback. 15-10 early here in the first quarter. Nash waiting. Hornets start to come. Puts a runner in motion. Nash puts it on his hip. Steps away from the pressure. Nash is going to take off running. It's 1-1. Nash gets knocked out of bounds at the 28. Nice open field tackle.
Yeah, it's Gil Vasquez out of Los Altos High School. Again, Drew Nash does a nice job. They didn't get the look that they wanted on their first streak route on the left side, the near side, as Yasir Berry was running. So Nash kept it, picks up a positive 7.
Ashley in at running back for the Bobcats. Nash at quarterback. Second down and a long 3 for the Bobcats. They hand it off to Ashley. Ashley hits the line. They're going to give him the 30. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for Saddleback.
Tough running for the Saddleback Bobcats right now because Fullerton only gives up 57 yards on the ground this season. And 3rd down and 2 or 3, a long 3, makes it an interesting call here.
And, of course, Bregan Roebuck is on the slot on the far side of the field. Berry and Hicks on the near side of the field. Ashley still in at running back. Nash at quarterback. Nash holds up. Here comes back shoulder pass, and just a beautiful one by Nash. Puts it on the money, and this time Roebuck catches it.
Yeah, and it was a perfect pass because it had to. O'Shea Davis was playing the receiver's eyes, and at the last moment he put his hand up to try to deflect the pass. But that perfect pass, and Roebuck doesn't give anything away, keeps his hands down until the last possible moment.
Bobcats past midfield. They're down to the 44. 1st down and 10. Saddleback on the move again. Hand it off to Ashley. Ashley gets hit behind the line of scrimmage, but works his way past the scrimmage line to get a gain of 2 on the play.
Isaac Hurtado again on the stop. Hurtado didn't start the season as a starting backer, but again, once he's been inserted, 27 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 2 pass breakups, 2 forced fumbles.
Minute and 30 to go here in the first quarter. Ashley stays in. He's been progressive as a running back for the Bobcats. Nash looks around. The Hornets walk up. They hand it once again to Ashley. He gets a gain of 6 on that. It's going to bring up a makeable 3rd down for the Bobcats.
And they're reading when the Hornets are bringing pressure. Every time the Hornets have brought pressure, they've run something quick. That time, a quick little draw play. The last time with Stokes, a quick look in to negate the aggressiveness of the Hornet defense.
Martin goes to the far side of the field. Berry goes with him. 3rd down and 3 at the 37. Nash throws it over into the flat. Almost taken there. He threw it just a little quick, Corey, because the receiver was open. As Berry came back, he found an empty spot.
Rushed it.
Bobcats keep the offense on the field. They're right in that marginal area. If it's too close for a punt, too far away for a field goal. 4th down and about 2.5 for the Bobcats. Nash brings them out. Ashley still at running back. Starts burying motion from right to left. They run the option play. Nash tucks it in and doesn't get there. So the defense makes the stop as Nash on a quarterback keeper cuts it in right off the end, Corey, and makes about a yard.
Yeah, and he had to go a little bit wider than normal as Marcellus Gaines came up on the outside, forced the lineman to make a quicker block than he wanted to. And Nash, those 2 steps on the outside that he had to take, prevented him from getting that 2 yards that he needed for the first down.
42 seconds to go here in the quarter. Devin Moore now in at running back. Galban back in at quarterback. So Moore at running back. First down and 10. Right at the 38 for the Hornets. Moore goes in motion. Galban throws a high pass and leads him out of bounds. If he throws more of a line drive, he had people out in front of him, could have taken off running up the field. Loss
there
of
were
one.
a lot of people in front of him. 32 in white, 31 in white, 37 in white. Yeah, he had a couple blockers.
He had people in front of him. I
Yeah.
didn't say who. Moore still in the backfield. 2nd down and 11 for the Hornets. Here comes the pressure. Moore finds it. Goes to Kashawn Griffin. Gets hit. Gets across the 50. First down with the Hornets with 17 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Huffman and Griffin here to the near side of the field. They're going to start the clock. So before they get it off, we'll see if the Hornets can beat the clock the first quarter. They do. Fake it to Moore. All of a sudden, Galban is going to tuck it. Almost was going to throw it. Turns the corner, gets down to the 40. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. As we come to the end of the first quarter, it's the Bobcats 15, the Hornets 10, here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
And that's one of the things Galban is going to have to do as this game goes on. If he doesn't have his first read, he's looking for his second and third reads. He's becoming a more confident quarterback. But again, in a game like this, you want to get yardage first before you try to make any decisions. That first read isn't there, and he had a lot of room on the left side. Just take off. Don't even worry about the second and third options. Just take off, get those yards, and keep moving down the field.
You know what? I thought Corey Neyland was talking about Miller Toyota of Anaheim, because when you go out to buy a car, you get that first read from a used car salesman. Like Corey said, you get that first read, take off, go downfield, and if you're going downfield, well, where else would you go? Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So next time you're out there, if that first read is not a good one, that's right. Go downfield, go to Miller Toyota of Anaheim and say, hey, the guys from Sportsnet, USA.net sent me down here and said, you have the best reads in the world. You know, as a matter of fact, you do. I think I'll take that one. Miller Toyota of Anaheim is a proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So we're going into the second quarter, and that's right, if you missed it, it's the Bobcats 15, the Hornets 10. On an exciting game, and both of these teams so far, yeah, have they been mistake-free? No. Have they given up a little leeway to each other? Yes. But so far we have seen that neither team says, uh-oh, we're in trouble, the game is over. Galban walks back onto the field. Moore at running back. Byers to the near side of the field. Galban going to Byers down the field, pushing, shoving, lead out. He was there. It would have been a touchdown, and it bounces off his hands. A boy for the sure-handed end, I got told he was. That's 2 he's dropped today.
Yeah, that one with the leaping try to grab, that's one of those things you can say, if he drops it, he dropped it. It was a little bit too long, and he took a dive for it. And Mark Devin Moore in the backfield, he's been wanting to get in the ball game. He had a touchdown last week against Southwestern, 2 weeks ago against Southwestern.
3rd down and 1. The quick little pass over here. Byers says, throw it to me. I'll hold on to it. He does. gets ridden out of bounds. First down for the Hornets.
And they work with Byers, say, we want to get you the ball a couple times. They tried 2 times. A third time is a charm for Mr. Byers. That's going to be his 7th reception of the season. He's got 1 touchdown.
Galban in a quarterback. Moore. They hand it, fake it off to Moore. Another nice little fake. Looking to throw the middle of the field, and they were going to go a middle of the field screen if he couldn't make the first pass. Incomplete. Nice fakes today by Chandler at quarterback.
And that's one of those things, again, where you fake it, you look for your one route. It's not there. Just go, man.
Brandon Rankins now back in at running back. 2nd down and 10, right at the 22. They hand it off to the big man. He finds a hole. Gets flipped over down at the 12. Let's see where they mark him at. They're going to mark him at the 13. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Hornets.
First contact was made at the 17, 3 yards downfield, and rolled for another 4.
Low hike. Brandon Rankins cuts the outside. We're going to get a flag.
Chandler Galban, when he went down to pick up the ball, he put his right knee down, and that's going to be dead the ball in the college and high school game. So we're at the college game.
So a loss of 6. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a long 7 at the 18, and the Hornets have decided to keep the offense on the field here at the start of the 2nd quarter.
Cesar Velasquez's longest field goal this season is 36 yards. This would have been up against it, probably about a 35-yarder if attempted.
Corey, that's 3 bad snaps in this game already that have hurt the Hornets. Once again, a low snap. Galban looking over, throwing in the corner. There in the arms of the receiver, and Thomas drops the football. Galban throws it perfectly. Matt Blackney comes out and gives his counterpart a handshake and says, baby, that was on the money.
Yeah, when he threw the ball, everybody wondered who's he throwing it to, but DeJounte Thomas runs underneath it on a perfectly thrown ball, gets past the safety, behind the corner, drops it into his hands, like dropping that ball into the bucket, and that's the 2nd drop. We're going to call it the 2nd drop by Fullerton receiver today.
1st down and 10 for the Bobcats at the 18. So the defenses for both teams here starting the 2nd quarter are playing well. Nash comes back out. Nash looking to go across the middle of the field. Throws it where no one's there. Incomplete pass.
And here's where Saddleback can do damage to the Hornets. They're going out, out, out. They're working their way up to an out and up for one of the receivers, or a slant and go. Trying to catch. They're going to try to catch the Hornets snapping in this 2nd half, or in the 2nd half, I should say.
Cooper to the near side of the field. Barry to the far side of the field. They sandwich Hicks in between. 2nd down and 10. Hornets sneak up. Nash rolls away from the pressure. Nash looks to throw. Throws it right there. What a throw and catch to Samuel Hicks.
And you see a tough throw, a tough catch against a well-defended receiver, Jonathan Smith. They said Hicks was the real deal, the defensive coordinators, defensive staff for the Hornets, and he makes the catch there. Again, tough throw, tough catch made by Saddleback. Tough throw, tough catch not made by the Hornets.
1st down and 10, right at the 39. Nash looks over. Looks again. Throws it quickly out here to Hicks. Hicks catches it. No, they're going to call it incomplete. It would have been a loss of 1 on the play.
Nash aimed that. I mean, he had Hicks wide open out of the backfield.
Well, the interesting thing, they come this way, and then they have their running back, Wimmer, go out in the flat to the other side. Corey, they're going to come back to that play again because the running back was all by himself.
Yeah, and what you've always liked about Saddleback and their offensive schemes, they've got 5 different guys who can do 5 different things on the field, on their offensive side of the ball.
Cooper, Barry, and Hicks on the near side of the field. Nash at quarterback, 2nd down and 10. Here comes the rush, all-out rush. And Nash gets mugged on the all-out rush that finally got there for the defense.
Yeah, Troy McDonald was in there along with Jalen Early. But again, Jason Wallace, who got the start today, having an impactful last couple games. Junior Wiley's there as well. Junior Wiley might be the smartest player on the Hornet defensive side of the ball.
Loss of 7. 3rd down and 17. Roebuck comes in near side of the field. 3rd down and 17. Nash goes back. Throws it out in the flat. There's nothing there. Dropped on the ground, so the defense once again doesn't give up anything. And the defense for both these teams has been stingy today. When it looks like somebody's going to do something, Corey, both of them have stood up and said, no, that's enough.
Yeah, what you expect. I mean, these two teams don't like each other. These programs don't like each other. And that's really in no matter what sport. That's why it was such a surprise. And we'll get into it after this punt.
Keshawn Griffin back at the 25. Here comes the pressure. Up the middle. They try to throw it downfield. And even if you did, you'd have had to, I see no flag by the official, but you would have had to have thrown a flag because 42 was on the line of scrimmage, and he was 20 yards down the field. So, because the rush came, the pressure was there, they ended up throwing a pass, and it was an incomplete pass. And they were trying to figure out where that ball got spotted. And you're hearing all the conversation down at the end, too. So, special teams comes up with a stop. Brandon Rankins comes in. Byer goes to the far side of the field. Jordan Tate to the near side of the field. Galban at quarterback. 1st down and 10 at the 32. The Hornets, almost where they started when it was stopped. We get a whistle. Delay a game against the Hornets. And what you see from Garrett looked at the white hat and said, you never gave us enough time. They were still on the field when we ran out there. So they'll start the clock again. We move them back 5 yards. Galban goes back, throws it to Brandon Rankins out of the backfield. Brandon Rankins hurdles a defensive back. Corey Neyland, you didn't tell me this young man was trying out for the Olympics.
Great play by Brandon. He is deceivingly athletic.
Brian Sanders thought he was going to have his head taken off.
6 feet 220.
2nd down and 2. Brandon Rankin says, not only can I high hurdle, I can run the ball forward. See where they mark it. It is going to be close to a first.
Sean Owens was there to prevent that 1st down. Again, his 2nd tackle in a row, he was the one who knocked Rankins out of bounds after he hurdled the cornerback, Angelo Rooks.
1st down for the Hornets on a high hurdle move.
Wow, that's a great spot.
Jordan Smith, near side of the field. Mike McCray inside of him, and then Thomas. Moore back in at running back. They fake it to Moore. Galban keeps it himself, goes up the middle. Scrum stops at the 20, so it would be a gain of 4 on the play. Gain of 4. So the Hornets have been down here. Denied a couple times with 10:44 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Moore stays in at running back for the Hornets. Galban. 2nd down and a long 6. Hands it off to Morris with speed. Touchdown, Moore. Corey, you talked about his speed earlier, and I see Corey Neyland's got a grin on his face because you looked at me and said, this kid is fast.
He's very fast, and when we talk to him, he's always ready to play. He's always saying positive things. He's one of the wonderful teammates on the Hornet team. And, again, when he gets his opportunities, he makes it happen. That's only his 10th rush, I believe, of the season. Yet he's got 2 touchdowns, both touchdowns over 20 yards each.
Corey, that's his coming into this game. He only had 12 touches.
Okay.
Ball is spotted. Kick is up. And the kick is good. With 10:24 to go, it's the Hornets now 17, the Bobcats 15, here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Offensive line work. You talked to the offensive line coach before the game. You always talk to the offensive line coach every time you go out to the game, to the practices. He said, we're going to play well, and we hope to be dominant. In this first half of play, they've been playing pretty well. And if they can keep it up, it will wear down that Saddleback defense because they're fast. They're not as big as they have been in past years, so they got a chance to wear them down in the second half because in that 3-3-5, they have playmakers. And again, on the defensive side of the ball, they have interchangeable parts that can play multiple positions, and they always tackle well. So if Fullerton can wear them down, the offensive line coach told you something right.
Well, I tell you what, normally I know you're sort of scratching things down. I've got to think that the Hornets on the ground are well over 100 yards already.
Oh, yeah. Brandon Rankins has almost 90 yards in the first half, and with this run here, yeah, they're well over 100 in this first half of play.
So, as a Hornet fan, all of a sudden now you can put a little smile on your face.
No,
MJ
you can't.
Brooks is back deep with Stokes.
Saddleback and Fullerton don't smile.
Till the game was over, right? They may not be smiling then either. So the Hornets 17, the Bobcats 15 with 10:24 to go here in the first half. Stokes grabs it at the 8. Comes up the field, looks for a gap, finds something on the outside, gets tackled at the 30 as momentum takes him across the 35. And another late hit. Boy, something's going to happen eventually in this game because everybody's hitting each other just that half second behind the whistle. But the ball goes all the way out to the 37 for the Bobcats.
I want to go back to what was interesting about this rivalry. Perry Webster, the head coach of Fullerton, one of the premier head basketball coaches at the community college level, not just in the state. But again, he played at Saddleback, was an All-American there, champion at Saddleback, assistant coach, and then comes to Fullerton to be a Hornet.
First down and 10. Nash at quarterback. Bump and run by the running backs. They move up. They back out if you're the defense. Nash looks one direction, feels the pressure. Nash is going to turn, gets hit, knocks out of bounds right when he steps across the 35. We'll see if he's short of the line of scrimmage. If he is Corey Neyland, that would be another sack for the Hornets.
Jason Wallace, he does get the sack mark. And Jason, that's his third sack of the season. No, they gave him back to the line of scrimmage. So just another tackle for Jason out of Lanier High School.
Second down and 10. Roebuck goes to the far side of the field. Nash looks things over. Weimer is running back. A hand fake it to Weimer. Nash throws it out in the flat. Taken, cut back to the line of scrimmage. I'm going to give a half a yard on that catch over there.
Junior Wiley makes the Roebuck dance side to side, allowed Chandler Brown to come up and help him out to bring him down for a short gain. And that previous play on the pass, Jordan Wright, Chandler Brown did an excellent job of the two receivers for Saddleback crisscrossing on the right side, near side of the field.
Martin, Stokes, and Roebuck, near side of the field. Hornets play bump and run. Nash goes back. Here comes the pressure. Nash finds the middle of the field, and nice throw by Nash. The pressure was there, and he put it right into Roebuck's hand, who lined up in the slot. And, Corey, you talked about it. Just goes straight down the field. Passes there.
And here's your cliche. Found the soft spot in the zone as Zach Brogdon checks out. He checks in for that play, and they exploit him as Jalen Early comes back into the ballgame as a middle linebacker, number 33 in blue.
Bobcats across midfield all the way down to the 43. Nash looks things over. He's got things moving. Puts Stokes in motion from right to left. Nash rolls back, looks across the middle of the field. Middle of the field, but it's dropped there, Corey. But Barry basically goes to the same spot for the Bobcats.
Yeah, better defended by Fullerton that time because there was Jonathan Smith, Jalen Early, almost deflected it. But again, Drew Nash on that play before that first down did a nice job of staying in the pocket and knew he was going to get hit and delivered a dime.
Stokes, Barry to the far side of the field. Roebuck to the near side of the field. Second down and 10, right at the 43. Nash at quarterback. looks things over. The Hornets come up at the corner. Nash on his way back. Here comes the pressure. Nash feels the pressure. Nobody on the far side of the field. And Nash gets a first down, then gets knocked out of bounds. No flag on the play. First down, Bobcats.
Isaac Hurtado with the stop. Again, you called a bump and run coverage. They bumped and they ran back. Nash said, you run back, I run forward. He picks up the first down.
8:24 to go here in the first half. The Hornets up by a couple. Nash goes back. Weimer's still at running back. First down and 10, right at the 30 for the Bobcats. Nash having a good game throwing the football for Saddleback. Goes back again, stands there. Left side opens up one more time. He slides at the 26.
Nice spot for at the 26-yard line, 25-yard line, because he started his slide about the 27. And so they give him the 25th where he comes to the feet of Isaac Hurtado.
Okay, the judge marks where he went down at the 26. They put the ball, now they moved it back. So a gain of 5. Nash watching the field when he's back there. Weimer's still running back. Stokes, near side of the field with Roebuck. Far side of the field is Barry. Second down and 5 at the 25. Nash goes back, has time. Here comes the pressure. Nash gets leveled. Incomplete pass. Flag on the play.
And they're going to catch Chandler Brown with his right hand on the hip of Stokes, excuse me. And they're going to call a pass interference. Fullerton saying it's an uncatchable pass. And we're going to see if it was, in fact, uncatchable, or do they pick up that first down?
It's a flag. It's a flag.
Okay.
Holding is what they're calling. So they're not calling pass interference. They're calling holding on the play. And that gives a first down to Saddleback. Moves it all the way down to the 16. And remember, the penalty that is called, you don't get to change that penalty. When I tell the white hat I'm calling holding or pass interference, that's the penalty that is called on the field. First down and 10. So the Bobcats are answering what the Hornets have done. Weimer's still in at running back. Martin over here on the far side. We get timeout on the field. With timeout on the field, the Bobcats take a timeout with 7:22 to go. It's the Hornets 17, the Bobcats 15 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget the Coaches Show with Ryan Osborne on 90.1 KBPK. Ryan's got great interview this week, not only talking about sports, but looking at a variety of programs at Fullerton College that help student athletes and students on campus. Take a little time out. That's right, the Coaches Show. That's right, we talk to coaches, we talk to student athletes, but let's go back and use that first word, students. And so this past week, we had the opportunity to visit a lot of the programs that your student athlete can take advantage of, or your student can take advantage of over at Fullerton Community College. So the Coaches Show, Ryan Osborne on 90.1 KBPK. First down and 10, right at the 26. Well, it's been Bobcats, then it's been Hornets, and now the Bobcats are on the move one more time. Nash goes back. He's going to throw the football. Throws it, and it should have been picked, and it would have hit the ground. Well, maybe a mysterious bounce pass interception in the Saddleback Hornet game that we've seen before.
Now, it could have been picked by Jonathan Smith coming up from his safety spot. A better throw by Nash. That would have been a pick by Smith.
Barry to the far side of the field. Stokes comes to the near side of the field. Outside Stokes is Martin. Nash at quarterback. Weimer at running back. Second down and 10 for the Bobcats. Right at the 16-yard line. Nash watches the linebackers move up. He's exploited that before when they've come. Here they come. Nash hangs in there, throws it, catched. Right down there at the 12. Good gain of 4. It's going to bring up a third down and 6 for the Bobcats. Just short of the 10-yard line.
Last couple throws by Nash, he's been low.
Drew Nash has had a good game so far today. Berry to the far side of the field with Stokes. Roebuck to the near side of the field. Third down. Put Stokes in motion from left to right. They run it, and they run an option play, and I tell you what, Corey Neyland, the first move made by Drew Nash stopped everybody on the defensive side.
Well, Fullerton read it correctly, read it right, but again, that fake pitch to Wimmer on the outside allowed the defense to freeze, and Nash exploited that frozenness and picks up a first down.
First and goal for the Bobcats at the 6. Nash, once again, shotgun formation. Hornets are coming after him. That time he throws, it was there after he just gets laid out. He throws it on the money, and it gets dropped, and change is left on the floor.
Second drop by Berry tonight, and again, he does a little square out in the end zone, just a button hook to the outside, if you will. Hits his hands, dropped at the pylon.
Berry stays on the far side of the field. Daniel Stokes goes with him. Near side of the field is Roebuck. Outside of Roebuck, once again, is going to be Martin. Second and goal from the 3. Nash goes back, throws towards the back line. He was out of bounds. It can't be a touchdown even if he comes back in and catches it. Incomplete pass. Third and goal for the Bobcats.
And he was looking for Simeon Martin. And on the outside, Troy McDonald and Dimitri Hernandez were converging on Nash from their in position, and that's why he had to float back and throw it up and out of play.
Calvin Tubbs comes in the game now, so it'll be Tubbs and Wimmer in the backfield.
And Saddleback's offense, you used to see, or you have seen, much like Fullerton's offense in the past, a run game. They had a Jay Morris a few years back who you can go to down here on a few runs, and if you don't get that first down up the middle with a guy like Jay Morris, you throw it to the flat on the outside.
Tubbs the up back. Wimmer the deep back. We get timeout on the field. And the timeout is Saddleback. That's their last timeout in the first half. So with 6:03 to go, it's the Hornets 17, the Bobcats 15, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Brought it up one more time. Golden West College, who right now is the top team in the conference. They play later on today here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Ryan Osborne calling the action. Corey, that should be an interesting game. Mesa and Golden West College. If Mesa loses, basically conference championship is done. Golden West College loses, Mesa is still in the hunt depending on the outcome of this game.
Yeah, we've seen teams play this year. We think Golden West is the best team in the division at this time this season. It might be one of the best teams, or I'd say the best team we've seen this year, the most consistent team we've seen this year, especially since Canyons lost last week to East LA.
Nash brings them back out, far side of the field. Berry. Tight formation on the near side of the field. Brian Shearer, tight end over here on the near side of the field. Third and goal for the Bobcats. Hornets coming. Nash throws, corner, same play, button hook, Corey. That time the ball gets on the receiver much too quick.
Yeah, O'Shea Davis did a nice job of staying on Berry and prevent him from coming around. And again, a nice throw where it needed to be by Nash, just a little bit too high and hot to handle.
So Justin Kaplan comes in the game.
2 for 3 this season. Long has been 43 yards.
This is spotted at the 10. You add 10. It's a 20-yard attempt for Kaplan and them taking the lead. Ball is blocked. Goes down and then taken out, and the ball was blocked. And the Hornets get it back.
And I think that was Jordan Wright who made the block. They call Jason Wallace out there, 57. So he's almost had a sack and one blocked field goal attempt. So Jason Wallace, He is saying, you know what, Coach, you did a good job of putting me in the starting lineup today. Because, yeah, I'll plug up the middle, but I'll get up in the air and show my hops, too.
So now I think what they're going to ask is why the ball is, was the ball actually taken further upfield? Is that what Garrett was talking about to the official about? Because he's trying to get the official to come on over.
He thinks it should be at the 20-yard line after a blocked field goal automatically. And they're going to discuss that as well. But again, nice job by Fullerton of getting in there, preventing the Saddleback Bobcats for taking that 1-point lead if that field goal had been made. So with 17-15 Hornets, this is what you expect out of these two teams.
So it's Stain at the 15-yard line. Galban at quarterback. Brandon Rankins at running back. They hand it off to the big man. Goes the outside, stays on his feet, gets a gain of 3. Move it up just about to the 20 with 5:49 to go here in this first half. Yeah, we got a good one. It's the Hornets 17, the Bobcats 15 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Galban walks back up. Looks over the defense. Tries to get everybody to move just for a second. Brandon Rankins moves back. Galban fakes it to Brandon Rankins. It's going to get hit. Steps out of it, Corey. He should have gone down. He slides. Boy, they had him for a loss, and he said, sorry, I'm Cinderella. I'm stepping out of my slippers.
And almost steps into a first down. So it'll be, it should be 3rd down and just short as we have an injured Bobcat on the field. Did they give him a first down?
They gave him a first down.
Wow.
So we have a player down on the field with 5:10 to go here in the first half. And the Hornets up by 2. It's Fullerton, 17, Saddleback, 15. Here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Corey Neyland, Joe, the man, Pavlovich at 90.1 KBPK. Got a great radio program over at Fullerton, so if you ever want to, swing on by, stop by the radio station, visit with Joe, or browse the brochure that you get for classes. And look at what's over there. Variety of radio classes, communication classes, television classes.
Gabriel Colburn walks off of and under his own power, so that's a good thing. Hope that young man is okay.
Braden Huffman to the near side of the field. Hasn't had a ball thrown his direction yet. 1. Corey Neyland says 1. He just didn't catch it. Brandon Rankin goes in motion. They go back the other direction. Charles Byers, you know what they made the mistake? They've thrown it and hit him in the hands 4 times, and he's dropped 3 of them, right?
Yes. We dropped 2.
He dropped 2.
He dropped 2. We're not giving that diving catch attempt a drop on him. But that sure was a clear drop, and they actually had the wide receiver screen set up nicely.
Yeah, because Brandon Rankins goes to the left. They throw the wide receiver screen to the right. 2nd down and 10. Right at the 27. Fake it. Throw it over the middle. Caught there. Ball comes out after a hit, and it looked like it was going to get caught, and Mike McCray puts it on the ground.
Yeah, Hiram DeFries, who's had a busy first half of play. That's his 4th tackle, actually, a first pass breakup, but he's had 4 tackles in this first half. He goes out now for a dime package for the Bobcats. But again, nice throw by Galban. McCray just couldn't hold on.
3rd down and 10. Galban goes back. Brandon Rankins, here comes the pressure. He's got time to throw. Throws the middle of the field. There is a flag. There is a flag, and there is a flag. I know that sounds like it's a title to a novel. There's a flag. No, there's a flag. Should be against where they're at, Corey. I would say they're against Saddleback, but we shall see what the official says.
It's going to be hold on Saddleback, so it's going to be an automatic first down.
Face mask. So it will be a personal foul against the Bobcats. So I didn't see who got their. Did you see who got their headset hat grabbed onto?
It looks like it was Jordan Smith on the outside as he made a move up the field towards the 40.
First down and 10 across the 40. Brandon Rankins gets hit in the backfield. Comes across, gets a gain of 1 on the play. Second down and a long 9 just across the 40. Galban shotgun. Rankins behind him. Galban goes back. They don't rush him. He's got time. He's going deep all by himself. Drops it right there in the money into Thomas. This time Thomas refuses to drop the football, Corey. He was all alone down the field. Galban had time and all of a sudden realized, I got a wide receiver 20 yards down the field, no one around him.
Yeah, the defender slipped on the play, and that's what freed up Thomas to make that catch. But Chandler Galban did a nice job of staying in the pocket, waiting for that slip to happen almost.
Galban takes it himself on a quarterback keeper, gets to the 15 as they just, the yard markers are just spotting. And it'll be second down. They just got there.
They move like me, slowly. And again, Trey Edwards not playing for Fullerton. But again, he's more of the runner of the two. But Galban's did a nice job of picking up positive yardage.
Second down and 10 for the Hornets. Brandon Rankins gets a block, stays on his feet, refuses to go down, trudges his way down the field, just short of the 10-yard line. Oh, they're going to give him across the 10-yard line.
So a strong 6-yard pickup running behind big right guard Marcelo Sign, 6'3", 285 out of Glendale, Arizona.
3:08 to go here in the first half. It's the Hornets 17, the Bobcats 15. Big third down and 4. Brandon Rankin says, third down and 4. Watch me turn the corner. Corey Neyland, touchdown!
Number 11 on the season, and Mark, they ran the exact same play. They pull Marcelo Hines from the right guard position. He comes out, kicks out the end on the outside. Kicks him out, and Rankins took one step and clears it. Pylon, left side, 6.
It's the Brandon Rankin Show, which we've been waiting to see the debut for a while this season. Come on, let's be realistic.
It's a heck of a debut. He's now over 100 yards rushing.
Joe likes the show. Joe's watching it over here on the computer saying, I love this show. Ball is up, and the kick is good with 2:55 to go. The Hornet offense is up. It's the Hornets 24. The Bobcats 15 on Sportsnet, USA.net. I got to go back because you have just tried to tell everybody that watches Sportsnet, USA.net, Brandon Rankins is the real deal as a running back.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He got caught from behind on a 62-yard run, but again, he's fast enough to pick up 60 yards at one time. He's strong enough, and we know he's strong enough to go in the gaps and run up the middle. He's nimble enough to go off tackle. And that's what that play was. They pull the guard, not quite a trap, but they pull the guard to the left. Marcelo Sainz does a nice job of clearing out the way along with his other blockers, but he's patient for that block to clear, and he moves around it for 6. He's an outstanding back for the Hornets, a long tradition of outstanding backs.
Plus, he can catch the football and passes, too. I mean,
He's got 16 catches.
Yeah, he can catch it.
And I think now he's back in the lead of touchdowns scored this season in the CCCAA statewide.
Brooks and Stokes back deep for the Bobcats with 2:55 to go. Stokes, one more time. Dances at the 3. Goes to the far side of the field. Looks the middle of the field. Gets up to 35. Nice return by Stokes, Corey. A great return. Yeah, he is. He's fast.
Yeah, he is.
So they move it all the way up to the 35 on a beautiful return for the Bobcats with 2:48 to go. It's the Hornets 24, the Bobcats 15.
reset that defense for the Hornets, starting from top to bottom. Jonathan Smith, Chandler Brown, the safeties. Far side, O'Shea Davis, corner Jordan Wright, near side. Backers are Marcellus Gaines, Isaac Hurtado, and Gil Vasquez on the near side, the weak side backer.
Cooper and Roebuck to the near side of the field. Nash at quarterback. Wimmer takes it up the middle, gets across, all the way out to the 44, and he's sort of been lost in this game. A good running back for the Bobcats. They've gone to the pass, but he has been a productive running back for them. Their leading running back of the season. 2nd down and 1, just short of the 45. Nash looks things over. This time he fakes it. Nash gets back, throws it over here. Receiver in the area, so it is an incomplete pass to Roebuck.
Jason Wallace, Sean Morris. Sean Morris, his helmet comes off, so he'll have to sit out a play. But again, Mark, these two were inserted in the starting lineup after the Southwestern game because they were so dominant on the interior. There, both of them chasing down the quarterback.
Cooper and Roebuck to the near side of the field. Hicks to the far side of the field. Wimmer the running back. Nash the quarterback. 3rd down and a half a yard. They hand it off to Wimmer. Straight up the middle, across the 50, all the way down to the 46. They move the chains with 2:13 to go here in the first half. Wind the clock. So once again, the Bobcats are on the move. They scored quickly, but haven't since. Throw it to the backside. Looking to go upfield one more time. Pass play right there. Caught by Hicks. And Hicks gets a gain of 9 on the play. Under 2 minutes, a 1 minute 42. Cooper to the near side of the field. Hicks in the slot next to him. Put Roebuck on the inside. 2nd down and 1. Nash, pump fakes, no place to go. Nash goes the other direction, and the receiver quits running, Corey. He thought he had a play on the near side of the field. Looks at Cooper. Cooper is covered. All of a sudden, he looks to the far side of the field, and your receiver quits running, who should have been wide open, easy touchdown. And the Hornets really do dodge a huge bullet.
Yeah, both Cooper and Davis stopped running. I think O'Shea thought that he stepped out of bounds, and that's why he stopped running, because he knew if he touches the ball or first touch, that's going to be a penalty.
3rd down, half a yard. Just at the 38. They give it to Wimmer, off tackle again. Every time he's gone there, he's got 9 or more. He gets 9 again.
It's a kid who has over 400 yards rushing already this season, and he's showing that balance that you need for the Bobcats to get back into the game is going to be critical.
Wimmer gets it. And the Saddleback coaches are yelling. People may ask why. Saddleback did not change the offensive lineup. The Hornets sent out 5. We're having 5 come off the field, and the official held the clock for the Hornets. Gain of 2. 2nd down and 8 for the Bobcats. Right at the 25. Nash goes back, has time. Backpedals, throws again. All alone, touchdown Bobcats. And Corey, you go back to the same man before, Barry, who was open earlier, and they go to the far side of field, and he's open again.
They came to that play earlier than expected. You thought we'd see that play in the second half, where O'Shea Davis is being aggressive all game long. He bit hard. He swallowed that fake, and he came up. Barry goes to the outside. Good offensive line work for keeping Nash upright, and just delivers a strike.
31 seconds to go, and did we say this was a close one? Well, we'll get ready for this point after. If it's made, it's a nail-biter heading into the second half. Last time they attempted a field goal, it was blocked. Ball is spotted, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 31 seconds to go, it's the Hornets 24, the Bobcats 22 here on Sportsnet USA.net. Well, officially this would be a homecoming game, but we just had some great players from the past show up here. And Corey, I guess there's a Wiley fan section down here over to our left. Good turnout by the Hornet fans today.
Good turnout by the Saddleback fans who made this short trip from Mission Viejo.
46 points in this first half so far in this game. We got a whole half to go. This could be coming down to one of those typical Saddleback games where it's the last play of the game. And a heart is broken. And a love is found. Sean Griffin back deep with Kuntz. Deep kickoff. Sean Griffin, 5 yards deep. He decides to take it out, Corey. Speeding up the middle, trying to get the outside. Could not. And gets taken down at the 16. 26 seconds to go in the half. Matt Blackney. We'll see if they bring in Matt at quarterback and run the football. Matt Blackney goes out at quarterback. Charles Byers comes in there. So it looks like Matt's going to take a knee with 26 seconds to go. So the Hornets want to go in at the half with the lead. They take a knee. Saddleback has used all their timeouts. So that's going to take us to the end of the first half. As we come to the end of the first half, it's the Hornets 24, the Bobcats 22, here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Joe, Corey, and the old guy seeing an exciting one here at Shapell Stadium on Sportsnet, USA.net. Don't forget, later on tonight, 6 o'clock, Ryan Osborne, Golden West College taking on San Diego Mesa. Part 2 of this exciting championship weekend here on Sportsnet, USA.net. So everybody leaves the field. We get ready for a halftime introduction as the first half comes to an end. Have a little conversation about football great teams from the past that are here visiting today on Sportsnet, USA.net. Well, Corey, it's a first half that I don't know if I expected this many points, but I did expect this much excitement in this first half when you look at these two teams.
Yes.
That's what I thought I'd get as an answer.
It's one of those things that anytime Saddleback and Fullerton plays, it's going to be a game that it's not going to be a blowout. I think that 2017 team, and that 2016 team for Fullerton are kind of anomalies of how well they played and how much they beat Saddleback by. This is more indicative of the games that we've seen throughout the years here between these two teams, where it's going to be back and forth, and like you said, it may come down to one play or two plays. Whatever it is, it's going to come down to something impressive. You mentioned the pass that was here when Saddleback at the 25-yard line, a completion was called where the ball was dropped on the ground, ruins Fullerton's season. 2013, Eli Pleasant at the 10-yard line with Jose Escobar, a little square out pass, and he goes 85 yards after the catch down the right sideline for a 6, ruins Saddleback season. So these two squads are in to ruin each other's season, especially if one is doing really, really well.
You know, the thing that I think it's easy to talk about ruining seasons, one of the seasons that I guess a lot of people might be looking at Fullerton College and think, boy, they're having a better season than we thought they might be that volleyball team that you called volleyball the other night on 90.1 BPK. The women's team is doing pretty well, and with a couple more wins, they should be in the playoffs for volleyball this coming season.
Should is key, Mark. They should be in. If they can finish, if they only lose one more match this season, yeah, they'll be in, because there's not 16 better teams than the Hornets, especially 16 teams that we've seen better than the Hornets in volleyball. So, yeah, they'll make the playoffs. Coach Megan Tomachich has her squad playing really, really well. I mean, they beat Cyprus a week and a half ago, and in a 5-set match, a 4-set match against Cyprus, and they really were the dominant, more aggressive team. Then they come out and beat Riverside. They beat Saddleback, 2 teams. Saddleback beat them earlier this season. Saddleback had no chance this last time. And so Fullerton swept them 3-0 against Riverside. Again, they win in 5 sets. They're finding their groove right at the right moment. Much like we talked to the coaches on Fullerton College football, they're finding their groove at the right moment, because they still feel that they're down 2 games and still trying to catch up.
So you look at the 67 champions coming on the field for the Hornets. Talk about the glory years in community college football, when you used to get sometimes groups of 60,000 fans out to the game. That would come out there. So they're out here. And normally this would be a homecoming game because of COVID and everything else, and no students being on campus. A lot of the things that we would normally have in the past for homecoming, it's nice enough for these players to come out to the field and still love that old homesake Fullerton College. Remember that thing that we always say here on the air, once a Hornet, always a Hornet. Well, that's what we've got on the field with Scott Giles right now. Joe, can we actually pick up the volume on this on Scott? No? So championship team here on So we wish we could get the sound on this, because they're going to give us a little background on them. And we've had the pleasure here on sportsnetusa.net of actually having ceremonies going on with these teams in the past, and these players have come on the air with us. We've interviewed them before the games. We've had them during the games. We've had them after the games, and that's always going on. But unfortunately, we can't pick up any sound. Corey, are there any scores besides us around the area right now in community college football?
Why, Mark, there are. We'll go up the coast. Fresno City 42-21 in the third quarter over West Hills Coalinga. Tied Reedley and Sequoias at 21 in the second quarter midway through. Citrus at the start, at halftime, is beating Glendale 25-13. LA Valley at Santa Monica, and that's why LA Valley's not on sportsnetusa.net today. Down by 3 at halftime, 10-7. And that's one of the games LA Valley could win versus Saddleback. El Camino playing hard. They're beating Chafee, who is winless this season as they come up from the American Division. 28-3. Just started the third quarter.
Corey Neyland.
Bob Terrier, one of the best Fullerton College Hornet players ever. I'm just listening to the names. throwback of names, Mark. Ray Ogas. Butte. And we've talked to him and his son
Yes, we have.
for many times. Played in the. No. Our,
Being a Nebraska fan, you ought to know that, right?
I know Bob Terrio. I mean, he's outstanding. And Scott Giles said they've lost one. And I used to have that cover of Sports Illustrated with him. It was one of the things, not at the time, but it was one of those things that I came across. And so Bob Terrio, outstanding player for Fullerton and Nebraska. Butte is beating Siskiyous 35-7 at halftime, just went to half. Feather River shutting out De Anza, just started the third quarter, 20-0. Diablo Valley hanging in there with City College of San Francisco right now, Mark. 14-7, they're down by 7. Sacramento City College, who used to be on SportsNetUSA.net, is losing to Modesto 14-7. Antelope Valley shutting out L.A. Pierce 21-0, just started the second quarter. As you mentioned, San Diego Mesa is where Golden West traveled to today. They play at 6. You can watch that on SportsNetUSA.net with Ryan Osborne, Albert Robles. Pasadena City versus Mount San Jacinto. Casey Mazzota's team lost once this season.
Yeah, they're playing well.
Yes, they are. They play Pasadena. That is going to be a good matchup at Pasadena. And elsewhere, Palomar plays Mount Sac. And here's the other game of the day. Ventura versus Canyons. So Canyons lost last week, upset by East LA. Ventura almost upset by Allen Hancock. So you got to look at it as not only is this game crucial for Fullerton to win, not just to win the division, but again, seedings when it comes playoff time. If Canyon loses, they've got 2 losses.
In conference.
In conference. And they beat Fullerton. Ventura undefeated thus far. So it's going to be interesting. East LA is at Bakersfield tonight at 6 p.m. Cerritos, Riverside, Long Beach, and that's going to do it for the scores itself. And interesting games. San Mateo's probably going to stay undefeated because they play Chabot.
So, because we're getting it secondary, so Corey's going to interject when he hears something here. As they're all telling you, some ex-pro coaches out on the field with this group. Corey, I don't know if you got stats from Phil in that first half. Little curiosity's hitting me about our running attack.
Well, 15 carries, 122 yards for Brandon Rankins in the first half. That's 62 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns. Now, that's 11. I thought he was in the lead. Actually, the lead is 12 in the SoCal. Devin Moore, efficient today. 1 carry, 20 yards, 1 touchdown. Chandler Galvin has scampered for 19 yards on 7 carries. The only 3 rushers in today's ballgame. Galvin is 50% passing, 10 of 20, with those 161 yards. Throwing touchdowns for the Fullerton College Hornet quarterbacks this year, hard to come by.
Yeah, aren't they? Just doesn't seem to. I actually worked out a percentage the other night. I was telling Ryan, when you look at the amount of times that we actually score any points, it's not 1, 2, or 3%. It's 0.00. It's 0.0027% is what on attempts, completions, and touchdowns. 0.227 is the percentage for scoring touchdowns in a game on the passing attack. You know, if that was somebody's bank account, they'd be living with me right now because they'd have no place to live. Well, don't tell me that's your bank account because I know that's not true. But that's compared to the running attack, Corey, with the running attack for attempts is almost 10%. The difference in the two of them when you look at them. So, yeah, go back and you talk about chances getting touchdowns aren't much.
Yeah, so Kashawn Griffin leads the way with 3 receptions for 54 yards. Mike McCray has 2. But again, Thomas, Byers, Huffman, Moore, Rankins all have 1 catch each. O'Shea Davis had that interception in the first quarter early on in the ball game. And for Saddleback, Drew Nash has thrown the ball a lot, 10 of 23. For 158 yards. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And the rushing attack, Mark, you mentioned it. Andrew Wimmer, who's the team's leading rusher, does have 7 carries for 30 yards. Drew Nash has scrambled 8 times for 27 yards. Receiving, Zachary Roebuck and Yasir Berry, 3 receptions each, 46 and 30 yards respectively. And Berry has that 1 touchdown pass late in the second quarter. Samuel Hicks has 2 catches for 29 yards. And they have 1 field goal blocked in the second quarter. Leading the way on defense, 5 tackles for Isaiah Sierra. Hiram DeFries has 3 tackles now officially, not 4 in that first half of play. 2 pass breakups for Trevor Romaldo. And for the Hornets, as they have the lead 24-22 here at halftime, leading the way is Gil Vasquez with 6 tackles, and we would still like to see him more aggressive. We see him on the field. He's very smart, in the right place usually almost every time. But again, if he wants to be more impact, get in there and be more aggressive on the field of play. Again, 6 tackles. Can't complain about that. 5 tackles for Marcellus Gaines along with Isaac Hurtado with 5. They only have 1 sack. So 1 sack in that first quarter, but it seems like Drew Nash for a period was under immense pressure in that first half of play.
Yeah, but when you look at Nash and what he's done, I mean, Corey, there were some times, and you've always said it, watching community college football, hey, you're going to get hit. You might as well score a touchdown doing it or throw a big pass. He has hung in there and thrown some very good passes where he has gotten leveled by the Fullerton College defense, and I give him a great deal of credit. You wonder if Brian Crooks is going to, because it looks like they've gotten, you've said it twice, what they do is when they come, it's almost like Nash knows they're coming on defense and that has found that empty spot for big plays against them.
Yeah, and that's where Fullerton needs to keep that up. But the defensive backs are going to have to play control. They're going to have to make sure they're playing their assignments and knowing their assignments. And if they, complete their assignments, good things will happen for Fullerton. One mistake, and as we saw here at the end of the first half, one mistake will get you 6 points put on you. Okay,
and now Fullerton walks back on the field. We've seen this happen in the past. Something is working, and then it disappears. We're going through our 19 and 18 years of calling Fullerton college football. We're not just talking this year. We're talking the history. You come back out here, is it Brandon Rankins? Or do you change things up a little against them?
I don't think you abandon Brandon Rankins, but I do think you're going to have to get Chandler a bit more confident in the second half, because he's going to have to make a play when it comes down to it. We've already seen that Saddleback's not going anywhere. Fullerton is not going anywhere for either team. Chandler Galvin for Fullerton is going to have to make a play, so you want to have him as confident as it can be in the second half. And again, 15 carries for Brandon. That's that's usually for the game that he's had. Okay, and he's had 8.1 yards per carry in this first half of play. Yeah, you got to work him. You do need to work him, and when he's tired, throw in Devin Moore and Ryan Black. Okay, because they're more than capable for picking up the slack.
Okay, and I'm going to go back to Galban because you say you got to keep working him for confidence. But when you think about what he did, I mean, Galban throws it to a spot. Thomas is there at the spot. You already said on the air he beats the safety and the back, hits him in the hand, drops it in the end zone. Byers, who's supposed to have the best hands on the team, you looked at me during the game and said, that's an easy 4 drops. So if you're Galban, two easy drops?
Two drops from Byers. He's been targeted 4 times. He has had those 2 drops. That one that he dove for, I'm not going to call that a drop pass. That was just a missed opportunity.
But, I mean, Galban's been there. So, I mean, Galban's confidence should be there. But you want to bring him out and get him some easy passes so that if you have to throw that touchdown pass at the end of the game, you know you can do it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to do those deep in routes, those deep square ins or deep out routes. You can just get him some confidence just to keep that rhythm going. Because, yeah, you got a workload here that Brandon Rankins is more than capable of carrying, and you're going to work him in the second half of play as well.
Well, if you've got a workload at home or you've got to get that confidence or you're wondering what you're going to do, well, the thing you should do is get that car at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That's right. New and used Toyotas, Miller Toyota of Anaheim. You've got a Toyota yourself and you need to get some new tires? Check out the website. See what deals are going on. Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Hey, we all want to keep our car forever because we may not be going out there to buy a new one right now. Want to keep it upgraded? Want to make sure that everything's running fine? Miller Toyota of Anaheim. So next time you're out at Euclid and the 91, stop on by to Miller Toyota of Anaheim and say, hey, the guys from SportsNetUSA.net have told us we can find the deal of a lifetime. You can work my car. I could get some new tires. Hey, you got deals for veterans and students? They'll look at you and give you a smile and say, yeah, that's right. That's why you're here at Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. What we're getting ready is both teams find their way back to the field to see if we have an exciting second half of the football game. It's going to be tough to beat that first half. As we're sitting right now at 24-22, Fullerton on top of Saddleback College. Stick around because this game may determine where this conference heads towards the end of the season. Later on tonight, 6 o'clock. Make sure you come back to SportsNetUSA.net. Ryan Osborne, Albert Robles, they're on their way down. You know what? Ryan Osborne is driving that Toyota from Miller Toyota of Anaheim. That got him down to San Diego Mesa. They're getting ready, setting up right about now. The cameras, the sound at San Diego Mesa, and they'll be sitting around watching the end of this game, yelling at Nick Mitchell, this is what happened. And then it'll be Nick Mitchell's turn to prove how good that team from Golden West College is against San Diego Mesa tonight, 6 o'clock on SportsNetUSA.net. So the Hornets, the Bobcats, all down in the home huddles. Griff giving them a little, hey guys, this is what we need to do. We're getting that same talk at the other end for Saddleback. It should be in a very exciting second half. Corey, if it's like the first half, we're either going to be smiling at each other or when we get in the car go, now, let me tell you what happened in this game. Corey Neyland and I have had 18 years together doing this, and I don't know how many conversations we have had when we've been in Northern California, Southern California, L.A., Bakersfield, you name it, and we've had those conversations that it was this play, that play, or a coaching mistake on that end or this end, and we shake our head, but we love community college sports. Corey Neyland will tell you, the best deal, the best price, the best athletes you can see are these D1, D2, D3 players at the next level here right now at community college. Hey, guys, wait a minute. Do you see what's over at the top of this field right now? It's not an eagle. Here on SportsNetUSA.net. Whoops, disappeared. It must have been a UFO. The Hornets are going to get the football to start the second half.
Yeah, somebody should bring that down.
Joe's ready.
No, I honestly don't like them.
Keshawn Griffin will be back deep for the Hornets. Well, you can't have it over the field in the game. That's against the rules. Thomas is going to be back deep with him. So it'll be Thomas and Griffin back deep. Hornets up by 2 as we get ready to start this second half of Fullerton College Football on Sportsnet, USA.net. Connor Grace kicking off for the Bobcats. Deep kick. Thomas takes it at the 2. Comes up the middle, looks to go the outside. Thomas tries to cut the middle. Doesn't, runs into a car crash and gets taken down at the 25.
Great tackle. And when he was being blocked by M.J. Brooks.
So Galban walks out there. Hornets up by 2 in an exciting first half of football here on SportsNetUSA.net. Joseph Pavlenko, Corey Neyland, the old guy, Gabby Neyland in the back. Get a little suntan today. Jordan Tate goes out far to the right. Christopher Kuntz in the slot. Charles Byers to the near side of the field. Mr. Black in the backfield, Ryan Black. Galban has time, going deep. Kuntz in a fight, goes up to get it, almost comes down on a 1-on-2. A lot of grabbing, and there's a flag at the 50, and we'll see if they're going to call that holding against Saddleback. Right at the 48-yard line is a flag.
One of the camera guys missed that. So again, they started off the game with a Kuntz seam route incomplete. They start off the second half with the same route and incomplete.
So the ball gets moved to 35. Penalty against the Bobcats. First down and 10 at 35. Galban goes deep. Goes back again. Has time to throw. Takes it himself. Takes off running. Throws. Flag on the play, and it's going to be Galban over the line of scrimmage when he lets go of the football.
Yeah, line of scrimmage is a 35-yard line. He threw it at the least
37.
36-yard line.
Yeah, I thought almost 37.
Yeah, almost 37. And clear penalty, and that's one of those things where you have to take off and run. Again, go ahead.
And Corey, I'm going to go back. Just let me. I mean, you know, I know you want to throw it, but you got to know where you're at too if you're a football player.
Yeah, you got to know, and when you're that close to the line of scrimmage, just take off and run. Get down, second down, and we would have called it about 8-7. Instead, it's 1st and 15.
Illegal forward pass is what it is. So it's from where the penalty took place. They move it back 5 yards. It's going to be a 13-yard penalty. It's going to be second down and 13.
And you were right. It was from the 37.
Yeah. So they lose the down. They get the yardage. Brandon Rankin gets in the slot. They go to Keshawn Griffin. Needs to get a block. Stays on his feet. Finally gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to mark him down at the 41. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
William Peroni might have gotten away with a hold on that one, Mark.
3rd and 4 at the 41. They give it up to Griffin. He gets hit at the line of scrimmage and gets nothing.
Isaiah Sierra again. That's his 6th stop of the day, leading the way for the Bobcats. An interesting play call on the 3rd and 4. You were hoping to pick up about 3 and fake like you were going for it on 4th down. Here, you got to kick it away.
Yeah, and it was interesting, Corey, because the players thought it was 3rd down. So that's the other thing. You need to understand the rules when you do something like Galban did. You not only get penalized, but you lose a down. Back deep is Barry. Barry signals for a fair catch immediately, backpedals behind the 20 when he catches the football, and we've got a flag down at the 30. So now they moved. This is what's interesting. Everything was moved. They're trying to figure out where it was at. So if it's against Saddleback, it should be a first down. It's a personal foul, so it's definitely a first down. So personal foul against the Bobcats moves it all the way down to the 43, and the Hornets get a gift to start the second half with 13:18 to go. Galban comes back out. Brandon Rankin's the running back. Tate to the far side of the field. Byers to the near side of the field. They run it off to Brandon Rankins. He gets stood up, and Corey, he gets tackled immediately, taken there by Isaiah Sierra, who comes out and takes him out of nowhere.
Yeah, Sierra has been all over the place. Keegan Netherton is also there, wearing number 42 in white. So that's really the first time, maybe the second time, that Rankins has been stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Gain of 2 on the play. Second down and 8. Galban looks things over. They stack receivers. Galban hands it off to Rankin again. Goes to his right. Gets a gain of 2 on the play across the 40 down to the 38.
Excellent tackle by Mason Young. I mean, he's a DB. He's one of the 5 defensive backs that the Bobcats like to run. He feels quickly. Looks like the safety position feels quickly as Rankins wanted to pop outside but had to come back inside, and that's where Young was.
Kuntz and Beyer to the far side of the field. Thomas and Griffin to the near side of the field. Brandon Rankin running back. Third down. A long 6 for the Hornets. Galban looks things over, takes his time, goes back, he has time, throws over the flat. Oh, should have been picked and gone by the Bobcats.
We'll see who that was. That was Corvin Fegans. Mark, he read that from snap. And if that throw hadn't have been stronger, that was 6 the other way.
Oh, he was there. I thought for a second he had it. Hornets going for it again on 4th down. Galban bootlegs it, needs to throw it. Picks it that time. Galban almost throws one and then gets taken and mugged the second time around on an ill-advised throw.
Trevor Romaldo, he had to throw it, Mark. It's already 4th down and 7 yards to go. He's got to throw it, but again, you've got to have your receivers in a position to make that catch. They tried to run a play-action fake. Saddleback wasn't having it. They read it completely. They knew they weren't going to run the ball, and they dropped 8 in coverage, and there was nowhere to go.
His 5th interception of the year. 3 touchdowns, 5 picks for Galban. Nash comes back out quickly. They're at midfield. Bobcats looking to take the lead. Nash comes back. Here comes the pressure. He rolls away. He's got time to throw. Throws it low. Incomplete pass. Tries to get it to Hicks on a crossing route. And Corey, if he throws it up high, Hicks has got an easy catch.
Yeah, he's got an easy catch, but let's credit the Fullerton defense. Junior Wiley, Troy McDonald chasing him down as he's rolling out to his right side. He just wasn't able to set his feet. Hicks did a nice job of coming with his quarterback. But again, like you said, throw not there.
Martin, near side of the field. Barry and Hicks, there with him. Weimer in the backfield was ripping him off. Nash throws. All by himself was Martin, and the pass was not close.
Yeah, it wasn't close. It's kind of like the camera work. But again,
Wait a minute. This is video? I didn't know that.
No, I was watching the play, and again, Fullerton in the first half, they did a nice job of switching on those. O'Shea Davis and the other corner, Jordan Wright, with Jonathan Smith. This time,
3rd down and 10. Hornets start to come up. Outside linebackers moving. Nash has been able to burn the rush. Here they come in the middle. They bring it anyway. Nash gets hit. Ball is thrown, caught. 1st down, Bobcats. And he has the time. He knows they're coming and puts it right on the money. That's DeJuan Lua. No, my mistake. I thought it was him. It was Darius Maxwell.
and they're going to give him more yardage because personal foul roughing the passer on the Hornets came up a little bit too high on the tackle. And so they're going to tack on 15 yards from the 39-yard line and get it down to the 24. But again, a nice job. This time Nash set his feet, steps into his throw, and threw that strike.
So they move it all the way down to the 24. 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats here in the 3rd quarter, trailing by 2. Hornets trying to do something. Hornets had an opportunity, could not get into the end zone. Nash hands it to Weimer. This time, Weimer doesn't get that 1st down. Well, it's 33 against 33. Jalen Early says, I know that number, and went after himself on that play.
So it's like a meme with those two pointing at each other, Weimer and Early.
Second down and 9. So far, the Bobcats have been down here a couple times and haven't come away either. Both teams that have mutual opportunities. Nash goes back. Pump fakes, middle of the field. Knocked out of the air at the last second by a defensive back who looked like he was beat on the play.
Yeah, Jonathan Smith read it late. Luckily, he got over there and blocked it with his left hand. But again, they're getting open on that play. Simeon Martin has been open a couple times. And what happens is they used to run that play years ago with the back coming out of the backfield into the flat. That drew the defender, the cornerback, up. It drew the linebacker up. But again, they run somebody else in a post route to take away the safety. That time Smith recovers.
Hicksonberry far side. Martin stays the near side. Nash comes up. It's a jailbreak on Nash. Incomplete pass. Nash had no chance to set his feet. Corey, if he'd have set his feet, the shoes would have been there. He would have disappeared.
Yeah, Marcus Thompson was in on the rush. His 2nd quarterback hurry of the season.
So now it's Saddleback's turn to say, what do we do? And they've decided, let's try the field goal and take that 1-point lead here.
Justin Kaplan's long is 43, but this is Connor Grace, whose long is 28.
So they'll spot it at the 29. You add on 10. It's a 39-yard attempt. Connor Grace. Offsides, Hornets. Ball is blocked. This is going to be a moot point as the defensive line moved up and they threw flags on it. So we're going to hold it right there. They should move it up, which then it makes you second guess if you should send that offense back out there.
I would.
I would. See what the flag is. Flag is picked up. It's a blocked field goal. And what I think they're going to get is they got movement, then they reset. Corey, they never really encroached. So in other words, I moved. There was no reaction by the offensive line. I reset, but I never encroached across the line of scrimmage.
Wow. Okay.
Is what happened.
Okay.
You don't just get it because if I flinch. You have to react to my flinch, which they never did. Sorry,
Okay.
coaches. Coaches, I'll explain that one to you, too, as they were beating the wall next door to me. So defenses for both teams. Say thank you, no thank you, and the Hornets get 1st and 10 on the 22. Hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Brandon Rankins refuses to go down They're going to spot him at the 29.
As my mama said on Christmas, ungrateful for those gifts. Okay, I'm kidding. But not really.
So it's going to be a 2nd down and 5, just short. Brandon Rankins, running back. Out far to the left, Jordan Smith. Here they come. Galban has time, flings it out there, tries to short arms it, can't get to the receiver, wide open as McCray just goes down, wondering where the football was. So once again, that long throw to the far side of the field has not been something that Galban can get the ball to.
And they were working on that in pregame, specifically those out routes, those deep out routes for the receivers to get behind the backers and in front of the safeties. They just haven't connected.
Hand it off to Brandon Rankins. Refuses to go down. Does he get there? First down, Hornets.
And luckily the Hornets have Brandon Rankins, who's running hard. He's at 130 yards now. And again, the best part about this offense today has been the run game. As we have equipment malfunctions for the left guard, William Perroni. That left tackle is Daniel Medelis. The center, Nathan Ramirez. Right tackle, Dylan Nichols. Right guard is Marcelo Saenz.
First down and 10 for the Hornets. Right across the 35. Galban throws it out to Brandon Rankins. It's Brandon Rankins against 4. Brandon Rankins does not go down. Hit for maybe a half a yard loss on the play.
And a whole host of defenders. Timothy Jones was there, as well as Keegan Netherton, his 2nd tackle of the game. Isaiah Sierra also had a lick.
So the Hornets still up by 2, 24-22 with 8:34 to go. 2nd down and 10 at the 35. Black now in at the running back. They hand it off to Black a little faster. He doesn't get back. Ball comes out. Who's got it?
I think Bobcats have it.
Bobcats have it. At least that's what they're saying. Bobcats have it. So Black comes in, carries it, fumbles it away. So another turnover by the Hornets in this game.
Sean Owens recovers the fumble, and they have excellent, excellent field position. And let's see if they can make this one count. Again, they had their last offensive possession end in a blocked field goal.
Maxwell to the near side of the field. Cooper on the inside. On the far side of the field, Barry and Hicks. First down and 10 at the 35 for the Bobcats. Nash at quarterback. Here they come. Throw it over there. Taken and spin away on what should have been a loss is Barry, who takes it out on a high throw and gets a gain of 3.
And Jonathan Smith did everything perfectly except make the tackle. He comes up high on Barry. And again, Barry's strong, and he doesn't go down low. He picks up for 3.5 yards as Smith comes out. Jacob Vasquez comes in.
Nash, this time, hands it to Weimer. Weimer splits the middle, first down. Corey, he has been 9, 9, and 9 on his last 4 carries, and they go away from it.
Yeah, Weimer's done a nice job of that. I mean, he does lead the team in carries and rushing yardage. And now Saddleback is finding some rhythm of their own.
First down and 10 for the Bobcats, right at the 20. Nash, a little more confident, hands it off, says to that running back, well, you just keep getting yards. He does again, positive 4.
Again, Mark, the rush for Fullerton is getting up the field so quickly that the linebackers are not feeling as quick. So the defensive line is getting 2 yards in the backfield. That handoff is being given, and they're rushing right past them. So the linebackers are going to have to react quicker and rely on their secondary to handle anything after that if it's a play-action pass.
2nd down and 5, right at the 15. Hornets look like they want to come. Nash goes back. He has time. Throws it up for grabs. We have holding against the Hornets at the 8. So, Corey, what you saw was Barry was going, and the defensive back reaches out and grabs him. You're going to get defensive holding against the Hornets.
Yeah, working on O'Shea Davis, so you do have a hold. Going to be an automatic 1st down.
If it would have been pass interference, they would pick up the flag, but it was holding. And so that gives you a 1st down. The penalty was at the 8. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 8. Weimer at running back. Nash at quarterback. Barry far left. I'd go back to him. He's been running the gun over there. Nash goes back. Goes the same direction, thrown out of bounds, incomplete pass. Why not? You've already won over there the last time out. Go back to it.
And they switch corners. Jordan right now on the far side is taking over for O'Shea Davis, working on Yasir Berry.
So Cooper's going to be to the near side of the field. In the slot next to him, Groen. Now they bring over with him on this near side of the field Samuel Hicks. 1-on-1, Berry on the far side of the field. Wimmer is the running back. Nash at the quarterback. 2nd and goal for the Bobcats. Nash rolls away from the pressure. Here it comes. He throws back. Nice throw back. And they're going to mark him down at the 5. We'll see if that's where they get it marked to. That'll make it 3rd and goal from the 5.
And so Groen makes the catch. And again, pressure by Jordan Rice.
Maxwell now comes back in the game. Slot on the left-hand side. Maxwell with Cooper and Berry. 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Bobcats. Feels like the offense for Saddleback's been out there this entire half. Nash comes back. Step. Throws into the dirt on a fastball. Incomplete pass.
And again, they were trying to get this slant pattern against Davis for Cooper. Again, those slant patterns, he's hit one. But he went back, and because of the rush, he was pressured, threw it low. Good defense and pressure by the Hornets.
5:49 to go. 24-22. Well, Corey, last time around, this time it's Justin Kaplan that comes in for this field goal. Gets spotted at the 13. At 10, it's a 23-yard attempt for Kaplan. Ball is spotted. Kick is up. Kick is blocked again.
And that's Keon Marshall. Isaac Hurtado has it.
Hurtado has it. Turns at the 30. Sidesteps. Stays in bounds. Goes down to the 50. He catches it. It gets blocked. He spins to the right. Goes back to the left. Takes off down the sideline. And Corey Neyland, I thought he was gone.
Yeah, so did I. So did the camera. But thank you, Joe, for pickup. Again, Keon Marshall, again, makes the block from up the middle. Gets a right hand on it. It flies into Nick Hurtado, Isaac Hurtado. Why do I keep calling him Nick? I'm sorry. Isaac Hurtado. And he runs it and takes it back to the 39-yard line.
1st and 10. Special teams, 3 blocked field goals today.
New center is Peyton Sattler for the Hornets.
Galban at quarterback. Brandon Rankin at running back. 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the 39. Galban, Brandon Rankin out in front of him. Up the field, gets shoved out of bounds at the 45.
And you got to expect a heavy dose of Brandon Rankins and Devin Moore and one look and go type of offensive possession here for the Hornets.
2nd down and 4. Right at midfield for the Hornets. Huffman to the near side of the field. Kashawn Griffin in the slot next to him. Rankins the running back. Galban the quarterback. 2nd down and 5. Brandon Rankins refuses Corey Neyland. He batter rams. Oh, my goodness. It's a runaway truck. Brandon Rankins runs over people.
And that's what he did at Aquinas High School. San Bernardino rushing legend. Again, he's putting it here, 150 yards now.
1st down and 10 at the 42. Galban almost gets the Bobcats to jump. Looks over. 1st down and 10 at the 42. It's been the Brandon Rankins show. It's the Brandon Rankins show again. Over the 40, down to the 38. Another gain of 5 yards. So Rankins, Corey, is exerting his will right now on the defensive line. 2nd down. Huffman to the near side of the field. Griffin in the slot. Byers to the far side of the field. Kuntz with him. Galban looks over. 2nd down and 6. Brandon Rankins, left side, gets hit high, gets across the 35 down to the 34. 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets. The offensive line saying, get behind us, big man. We'll open up a hole. You just fight the rest of the way. Look back over. Coaches point down and said, 1st down's that direction. Pick up 3. Galban said, I'll hand it off to the man behind me. He holds it up, picks it up, needs to throw it, flings it up down the field, way out of bounds, incomplete pass. Fourth down and 2. So they stepped off the Brandon Rankins bus, tried to wander up to the street and found out it was a dead end. 4th down and 2 for the Hornets. Galban throws it quick in the flat. 1st down was there. Thomas catches it, comes back. 4th down.
On a play
4th down.
You have to have situational awareness of where you're at. You pick up the 1st down on the catch. All you do is fall forward, and you keep the drive alive. Instead, DeJounte wants to make a play. So he makes the catch, takes a step backward to try to go up the field. Again, Saddleback defense has not missed many tackles today, and they didn't miss it there.
So the defenses or the special teams with 3:20 to go, that's what it's been all about in this quarter. Nash comes back in. Throws across the middle of the field. Ball is dropped, incomplete pass.
The 4th drop by a Bobcat receiver today. I mean, the receivers is having a hard day today.
2nd down and 10. Nash at quarterback. Growing to the near side of the field. Goes to the far side of the field. Barry and Hicks to the near side of the field. Groen comes off. 2nd down and 10. Right at the 32-yard line. 2-point game with 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Nash hands it up the middle. Ashley takes it. Gets a gain of 6 on the play. So Ashley, who's been productive as a running back, is now in the game. Flip people out. Roebuck comes back in the game. Comes to the near side of the field. Barry and Hicks go to the far side of the field. Ashley stays at running back. Nash at quarterback. 3rd down and 5, right at the 39-yard line. Hornets creep up. Nash has been good under pressure. Here it comes. Nash looks from the middle of the field, dropped. And Corey, there's another ball that should have been caught for a first down for either team. Like you said, the receivers have had the yips, to say the least, in this quarter.
And that's on Martin that time. Again, a little hesitation between Jordan Wright and Chandler Brown. Who's going where? Are they just straight switching? Brown thought that they might have been, and that's what allowed Martin to get open. But again, that drop bailed out the defense.
2:33. Well, an exciting scoring first half has become to nobody can get close here in the third quarter. Kashawn Griffin at the 25 says, we're missing somebody. He's yelling at the sideline. We're missing somebody. Kashawn's going to take it at the 13. Looks to go to the midfield. We see a flag, and that's against the Hornet. It's going to be holding. It's going to be holding, and Griffin, let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 white jerseys to make that tackle. So with 2:19 to go here in the third quarter, it's the Hornets 24, the Bobcats 22 here on Sportsnet, USA.net. Holding against the Hornets. So they'll march that off. So the Hornets moving the football on the ground. Get away from it. Decide to throw it. Can't get a first down. Then they throw it. They think they've got a first down. The receiver goes up, has it, doesn't fall down, decides to do something, and he does. He deducts from the total yards, and the Hornets move backwards. Next team to score, you know what? I'm going to make a bold statement. Next team that scores wins this football game.
Okay.
They may increase on that lead, but next team that scores, whomever it is, will be the winner of this football game. Galban at quarterback. Goes back to pass. Gets hit in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Saddleback.
So great rush up the middle. Again, Sean Owens comes up with the ball, and all three interior defensive linemen meet at the quarterback of Galvin. On a drop back pass, waiting for the receivers to get open 15 yards down the field, and no one came open. A long developing play right down at the goal line, and Fullerton, Saddleback, gets the touchdown on the fumble recovery in the end zone. Owens having a heck of a game.
So no offense whatsoever in this third quarter by the Hornets. And once again, Corey, guess what? No offense by the Bobcats. It's been the defense or special teams, and the defense finally answers for the Bobcats as they come out to attempt 2 points after that defensive score. Nash at quarterback. Brian Patterson at the up back. Wimmer, the deep back. 2-point attempt. Nash rolls back. Throws. There it is. 2 points as they throw to the up back with 2:12 to go. So we've got a flag on the play. And Saddleback coaches are wanting a dead ball foul against Fullerton.
So interesting call here after the 2-point conversion. So yeah, that matters, and they're going to pick up the
flag is picked up.
So a dramatic change of events here, Mark. So instead of 24-22, Fullerton having the ball, trying to increase their lead.
It's 30 to 24.
Yep, 30 to 24 in favor of Saddleback as they come up with a huge defensive play. And again, both defenses are playing well. Whenever you needed a big play, the defense has been the one, the unit to step up for both teams.
Yeah, it really has. It's been the defense there, and the offense for both these teams, Corey, has disappeared in this second half.
They both have really gone away from what was successful in that first half. And Saddleback is trying to get their run game in more, and it's proven positive. Fullerton, they've tried to keep their run game, but again, the passing game hasn't been that rhythm passing, or rhythmic passing, I should say.
It hasn't been. That's just better. You should have left the adjective out, or adverb. Deep kickoff. And it's going to go out of the end zone for a touchback. And if you watch the players, Corey, from this Hornet team come off the field, there's no rah-rah, let's go get them. There's the dropping of heads, and the attitude now seems to belong to the Bobcats with 2:12 to go in the third quarter. It's the Bobcats 30, the Hornets 24, here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Both teams, any one play can change that momentum. So we'll see if Fullerton has that play as they do bring in Devin Moore right behind Chandler Galvin. That defense for the Bobcats, looking more aggressive and more aggressive as the game goes on.
Galban goes back, throws it on a crossing route to Kashawn Griffin, stays on his feet, turns the corner, goes down the sidelines, tippy-toes his way down to the 41. First down for the Hornets. I remember somebody saying to me a couple weeks ago, what you do is you throw a 3-yard pass to Kashawn Griffin and let him run for 25 yards. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That was you to the left of me.
And that's what they've been doing with Griffin all season long. They're crossing routes to get him in the open field.
First down and 10, right across the 40. Galban throws it over there, throws it to Byers. Byers is lucky enough because Corey Neyland, if you look at that route was jumped right there by Corin Figgins. And if he steps a little quicker, that's a pick going the other direction.
And again, that's what Fullerton has set it up on their side. They're setting up these out patterns to go deep, either this drive or maybe a drive or two later.
Minute 20 to go here in the third quarter. Hornets trailing by 6. Low snap. Hands off. Taken right there across the 50. Going to be down at the 49. Should be enough for a first down.
Matthew Poaching. Pete Patterson, who caught the 2-point conversion, in on the tackle.
So Moore gets a first down. 1 minute exactly to go here in the third quarter. The Bobcats are up by 6. Hand it off to Moore. Same side. Goes upfield. Gets knocked out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Sierra again. Young man, 5'11", 235 out of Tucson, Empire High School. Approaching double-digit tackles today.
Galban comes back up. Looks over. Clock is running. Has time. Here comes the blitz. Throws it down deep. Overshoots Byers, who's wide open on the play.
And again, Mark, that's the play that they were setting up with those out patterns. They were trying to set up Byers on the outside or somebody else on the outside to get a step or two on the back. They did. Just a missed opportunity for the Hornets.
Brings up a third down and 10 across midfield.
And the offensive line did a nice job of giving him enough time to make that throw. But again, Galvin, a little bit more confident with that release. That's going to be 6 points. Let's see what he does here.
Smith and Thompson go to the far side of the field. Big third down play. The Gauchos feeling the confidence. Galban across the middle of the field, throws behind the receiver who was open, fourth down.
Yeah, he throws it behind the receiver, but again, Isaiah Sierra makes that play a little bit behind. As the receiver was cutting across the middle, he had the inside route on Corvin Figgins, causes that to go behind because of the drop of the linebacker.
Hornets just across the midfield. 4th down and 10. Galban, quick kick, and doesn't kick it more than 9 yards down the field.
That's his second quick kick of the season. Had one against Cerritos.
And they're going to mark it at the 35. So the Hornets were at the 49. That's a 14-yard punt. .2 seconds to go. Nash brings out the team. If Bobcats can score here, this could seal the deal with a quarter to go. Weimer goes up the middle, gets stopped after 1, and that should bring us to the end of the third quarter. As we come to the end of the third quarter, it's the Bobcats 30, the Hornets 24 here on Sportsnet, USA.net.
Actually, you already called it. Next score 1.
I did.
Okay.
I did. Yeah. Yeah, I really did. So we head into the fourth quarter, and this could be the Hornets' season. If they lose this game and Golden West College wins their game, Golden West College is in the driver's seat for conference. All they have to do is beat the Hornets, and they win the conference come the following week. The Hornets had this game in tow in the first half. As we get ready for the fourth quarter and the outcome for the Hornets' chances for conference in this quarter. They're down by 6. They need to find a defensive play to get them back in the game. 2nd down and 10. We get a flag, illegal procedure against the Bobcats. Moving back 5 yards. So moving back, it'll be 2nd and 14 for the Bobcats, right across the 30. Nash at quarterback, Weimer at running back. Bobcats have been the only one to get on the board here in the second half. Nash goes back, has time. Here comes the pressure. Ball is knocked out of his hand, incomplete pass. So good rush by the defense, makes it 3rd.
And that's Troy McDonald on the rush from the left side.
So it's 3rd down and 14.
So a defensive touchdown for the Saddleback Bobcats, and marked 3 blocked field goals or extra point attempts for Fullerton.
Barry to the near side of the field. Nash has been able to beat any big rushes. We'll see if the Hornets just bring their down 4 linemen. They do. Nash, here they come up the middle. Nash rolling away. Throws it out in the flat. Fullerton's there for a coverage. Knocks him out of bounds. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll bring up a 4th down. So the defense does what a Brian Crook's defense does. Stops the opponent. Hornets trailing by 6 here in the fourth quarter. 14:34 to go. Kashawn Griffin looking for his first. This would be the time to give it to you. Kick. Griffin gets pressure. Signals for a fair catch right at the 25. 1st down for the Hornets. Joe Corey, the old guy, getting older up here in the booth every second. Well, I don't know. I feel a little younger. Let's see. No, I'm still older than you two. That's okay. So the Hornets. Galban brings them out. Brandon Rankins at running back. Smith at the far side of the field. We get timeout, Hornets. So they didn't like what the setup was, and they called timeout. Timeout with 14:20 to go. The Hornets trailing by 6. Well, you know what? If you've got a car that just keeps giving you 6 less miles a day every time you put gas in it, it's time to go over to Miller Toyota of Anaheim and say, you know what? Give me that Toyota that I can get my 45 miles to a gallon, especially at $5 a gallon nowadays. Or maybe that electric car. Whatever you're looking for, Miller Toyota of Anaheim can give it to you. So next time you're out, you're driving down by the Euclid and 91 off-ramp, well, get off there, make a left-hand turn or a right-hand turn, depending on what way you're going, and go to Miller Toyota of Anaheim. Miller Toyota of Anaheim, a proud sponsor of community college sports, but most of all, education. That's Miller Toyota of Anaheim. The Bobcats come out defensively. The Hornets come out offensively. The Bobcats up by 6 as we just enter the fourth quarter. Galban at quarterback. Rankins at running back. They hand it off to Brandon Rankins. He goes up the middle. There's nothing there. And now, Corey, if you're the Bobcats, here's your attitude defensively. Stop Brandon Rankins. The offensive aspect of the pass has not hurt us in this game at all. Let's stack the box and slow the big man down.
Yeah, because like we said at halftime, Chandler Galvin and the offense is going to have to make, and the receivers, especially with the drops that they've had today, are going to have to make a play.
2nd down and 10, right at the 25. Galban has time, gets hit, holds on to it, steps out of it, sidesteps, spins, gain of 2 on the play.
And you can see the defense there. They got rushed with three down linemen. The backers and the Timothy Jones, also on the and Isaiah Sierra, both from Arizona, dropped back deep. So there's no underneath route Fullerton deployed on that play. So Chandler Galvin had nowhere to go but to try to scramble and pick up yards.
3rd down and 8. Just short of the 30. Galban goes back. Here they come again. Throws it across the middle for Griffin. Griffin gets pulled down by the helmet. That's a face mask right there. 15-yard penalty against the Bobcats.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because he was coming down. Timothy Jones is saying he got him on the shoulder, but it's going to be a face mask, and it's going to be a 1st down for Fullerton. That's been their best play in a little bit.
Well, Corey, if I can see helmet from up here, and you're saying jersey from down there, one of us has a sight problem. So they do. They're going to mark it off. Be a 1st down for the Hornets. A glimmer of hope offensively. 13 minutes exactly here in the fourth quarter. The Hornets 1st down and 10 at the 45. Galban at quarterback. Rankins at running back. 3 down linemen all day long for those Bobcats. They have gotten there. Galban throws on the flat. Taken. Turned right there. Thomas stays on his feet. This time he turns upfield. Gets out of bounds at the 32.
And that's when you need just a crossing pattern. DeJounte Thomas comes across the middle, gets to that left side, that far side. And again, Galvin was perfect. Perfect throw.
1st down and 10 at the 35. Galvin and Rankin still in the backfield. Thomas in the slot to the near side of the field. Galban throws it there, goes back to Thomas. Thomas has a habit of taking the first step. Ball is fumbled. They're going to say no, yes, no. They call him down.
Forward momentum stop. And that's every wide receiver nowadays, Mark. They're taught that when they make that catch, they kind of loop around and try to go back upfield. But in certain situations, you're going to have to simply fall forward after your route, after you make that catch.
Tate goes to the far side of the field. Coy Thomas goes with him. Charles Byers to the near side of the field. Gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. Brandon Rankins looking for a block, doesn't get a block, falls forward. And Brandon Rankins is better, Corey, running straight up the middle, be it a tackle play or just off between tackle and end. If you can string them out, you can get enough people to help you out to make a tackle.
Well, I just think the play was just blown up by Colburn, who's back after he was injured earlier. I think it was just blown up by the end because Rankins had room on the outside, but he slipped through the defenders or the blockers to pick up that tackle.
3rd down and 5. They bounce it. They hand it to Brandon Rankins. He gets hit. He gets taken down after 2. It's a 4th down attempt.
Low snap throws off the timing. So that handoff and that delay just a little bit throws off the offensive line work, and that's a 4th down. You're going to have to pick up 5 yards. So get Galvin on the outside. Get him with some room to run if there's no receiver, and you're going to have to throw a route that's not 5 yards down the field.
Devin Moore comes in at running back. Thomas in the slot on the left. Galban at quarterback. 4th down and 5. With 10:23 to go here in the 4th quarter, and the Hornets trailing by 6. They run, nice little pass play, dropped on the money, and Mike McCray drops the football.
And that's going to be the 6th drop pass by a Fullerton Hornet receiver today. So Mike McCray had it. They had the perfect route, a little slant pattern, had inside position on the DB. He makes that catch. He's got a definite 1st down. I think he was looking to run a little bit more, but again, hands not there today for the Hornet receivers. Perfect throw.
1st down and 10 from the Bobcats. Now in control of this game. Run it up the middle. If he gets a step, you kiss this game goodbye.
And
Weimer up the middle for another 9-yard gain.
Yeah, Wimmer did a nice job. That's where you know you're going to take control of this game. And look for a heavy dose of Wimmer.
Spins, gets the 1st.
And that offensive line has done a better job of keeping Nash protected in the 2nd half, Mark. Fullerton has been in the backfield, but they haven't been able to hit Nash as they did in the 1st half of play.
1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. Moving down the field. Methodic drive is what they want. Nash looks things over. Hornet defense needs to find a miracle play. Haven't found one in this game. Running the clock. They go down. Nash gets hit. Looked like it was an attempt for an interception, and the receiver gets taken down, and Nash is down.
He took a shoulder to the midsection from Junior Wiley on the rush. He came with the blitz. There was no twist, no stunt, just a pure blitz from the outside. Throws off the rhythm as he was rushed, and I believe that's O'Shea Davis on the outside who couldn't locate the ball and for that incomplete pass, and Drew Nash is still down. Let's hope it's just the wind knocked out of him.
9:20 to go. The Bobcats 30, the Hornets 24 here on SportsNetUSA.net. Well, you can't say the season is over if you're the Hornets, but if you lose this game, Corey, maybe just a bowl game, and that's about it. You're not going to win conference.
Sorry about that.
That was great TV. Thank you. I want to thank you for that.
No, if Fullerton loses here, that'll be their 3rd loss of the season. So again, that they still can have a tie for the conference, and Nash is up, walking up. That is good to see. But if they do lose this ball game, they would have to beat Golden West.
Yep.
And then they would have to beat San Diego Mesa.
Yep.
To win the conference. And so with a 3-way tie, depending on how that works, I haven't even looked at the rule book of how that would work about those guidelines. But again, Fullerton needs the victory to ensure their place to try to win a conference title. But Saddleback, again, they're 3-5 coming into this ball game, 1-2 in their division. This might be the best game they've played all season.
DJ Ralph now in at quarterback. Ralph runs an option play. Looks to turn the corner. Weimer gets it, crosses the 40, They're going to put him out at the 43-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. They're going to move it back to the 42.
And DJ Ralph Mark has played a lot, 41 to 74 passing, so don't be surprised if he puts it in the air.
Cooper, Barry, Hicks to the near side of the field. 3rd down and 7 from the 42. Here they come. DJ Ralph gets hit, puts it on the money. Corey Neyland is going to be fourth down. We'll see what you want to do. Another player down.
And that's Taj Bryson, also out of Phoenix.
If I'm the Bobcats, I kick it away. I don't want to give the Hornets a short field.
Especially the way your defense has been playing.
Yeah, absolutely. I kick it away. I mean, I know that if you get a good block.
Let's put it this way, Mark. If it was at the 48 of Fullerton and it was 4th down and 3.5, 4 yards, and Bryson is up, good job. 3.5, 4 yards, then I think I would go for it. But on your side of the field, you got to be really, really gutsy if you go for it here on 4th down.
Well, and I mean, here's the thing. You get a timeout because an injured player is there, but they're taking it as a timeout. I mean, this is where the officials need to look at somebody and say, hey, this is not a timeout on the sidelines for you. And I think the Bobcats are making the right decision. Now, the thing is, if you're the Hornets, watch for a trick play. Boy, if you ever had one, if you were Saddleback, this is the time to run it. Kick away. Taken right there at the 25. So with 8:20 to go and the season on the line, it's the Bobcats 30, the Hornets 24 on Sportsnet, USA.net. Joe, Corey, Mark, Ryan Osborne sitting down in San Diego Mesa saying, boy, howdy, it sure is cold down here. Joe's going to check with him and go, what are you doing? What are you eating? What are you drinking? As Galban comes back out at quarterback. Moore at running back. 1st down and 10 at the 25 for the Hornets. They need to get a touchdown to tie it. Galban goes back, throws it to Griffin. Griffin makes a cut. Face mask grabbed. He goes down across the 35. Jersey?
Yeah, Jersey.
1st down Hornets. So the crossing pattern that Mr. Neyland always says should work is work, but then they've gone away from it on the next couple plays. 1st down and 10, right at 35. Galban goes back, almost gets a jump, goes back, thought he had a free one, goes down deep, throws it out of bounds, incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. Jordan Tate comes in. Giovanni Masek goes to the far side of the field. Byer to the near side of the field. They've got it marked as 3rd down and 10.
3rd and 1.
They hand it up the middle. Should be a 1st down. 3rd and 1. 1st down for the Hornets. They wind the clock. 7:42. The Hornets need a touchdown to tie, a touchdown, an extra point to take the lead. Galban back at quarterback. Masek stays the far side. Byer goes in motion. Galban has time. Throws it in the flat.
And that's Timothy Jones laying it down against Masek. And again, that time Saddleback adjusted to that crossing route. And now Fullerton, with that crossing route, you want to run the same play. But now your focus is not on the cross. Your focus is going to be on the receiver coming on the post.
Mike McCray back in the game. Far side of the field is going to be Jordan Smith. Galban Needs to find it. Here comes the pressure. Throws. Taken there just short of a first down. It's going to bring up a third down and a good 2 for the Hornets.
And that's Toby Sanaki.
They wind the clock. Galban looks at Moore. Ask him to move just a little.
They gave him the first down, Mark.
Galban, here comes the pressure. Steps out. Throws it deep. Sanaki overthrows it by a good 10 yards. Second down.
And Fullerton has rushed on the offensive side of the ball. They want, Mark, here's the thing. They're trying to go up-tempo. And they got a little bit out of rhythm themselves. And a play, we're not going to say it's wasted, but again, it was only a one-person route.
Second down and 10, short of the 50. Right at the 46. Clock is ticking. Hornets need to get in the end zone. Galban takes it himself, straight up the middle. Goes there, cross the 45, down to the 44. Third down and 1.
Again, keep it in your quarterback's hands, Mark. If there's nothing going on that one read, then you take off and run.
Galban hands it off to Moore. Moore gets a first, down to the 40. 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Got to get the touchdown, the extra point, and then defense needs to hold. Galban, once again, fakes it to Moore. Throws to Thomas at the 40. Stays on his feet. Sidesteps, gets hit, finally knocked down after a gain of 7.
And that's just a long run play, a very long run play on that far side. Again, nice job by Thomas of picking up that extra yardage after the initial catch.
Thomas stays to the far side of the field with McCray. Second down and 3. They throw it again over that side there. First down, cross that. Long play, move the chains, first down for the Hornets.
And that's Jordan Smith on the exact same play. It's just a far pitch to the left side, and they pick up 6, they pick up 5, they move the chains, stay in bounds. It'll be interesting if they have something off of that play.
Under 5 minutes, they just flip-flop the receivers. First down and 10 at the 28. Galban gets help, throws, looking for the far side of the field. Touchdown, Hornets!
And that's DeJounte Thomas who makes the catch, Mark, making up for that drop earlier. And again, that's the play that they were setting up on those 2 passes on the left side, out to Smith, out to Thomas. They come back to the right side. They come out to the right side, and what they do is they hit Thomas down the field, and he beats Steven Gushkin on the play. So it's 30-30, and they're going for 2. Timeout on the field. Was that taken by the Hornets, or was that taken by DeJounte Thomas?
Well, they've still got us with 3 timeouts left up on the board. And 1 timeout left. Saddleback's got 3, so we took it.
Okay. But again, you go for 2 here, and you ask yourself why you would go for 2, because it would only put you up 32-30, where a field goal would still beat you. So if you go for an extra point, you're up by 1.
Where a field goal beats you. I mean, either way, it doesn't. To me,
Velasquez is coming out.
Okay. Do you think somebody on the sideline said, "Why are we going for 2?" Doesn't make any sense.
Kind of like 1984 when Nebraska went for 2 against Miami. You go for the tie, you got a national title.
So they'll spot it at the 10. Ball is spotted. Kick is up, and the kick is good. With 4:45 to go. In the fourth quarter, it looks like, well, the man we talked to earlier today that's calmly sitting in a chair, how you doing? Hey, how you feeling? How's it going? Corey Neyland asked all those questions. Worth to Brian Crooks. Corey Neyland, it always seems like in all our years that we've done football, either it was Casey Mazzotta or Brian Crooks had the game put in their lap.
And we'll see if they deliver. Again, they've had a good defensive outing today. Saddleback has played as well as we've seen, or as well as we've seen them on film and video today, as they've been executing. And Fullerton's on the defensive side of the ball. They really need to continue and not get fooled by any up and outs. They got to make sure they keep their eyes on the. We're talking about the defensive backs here. Keep your eyes on the receivers and switch those crossing routes on the outside.
MJ Brooks, Daniel Stokes back deep for the Bobcats. Stokes takes it at the 8. Looks to go up the field. Stokes gets hit, driven backwards at, we'll see if they mark him at the 20. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats at the 20. 4:39 to go. The Bobcats trail by 1. Corey, they've got some good field goal kickers on that Bobcat team. So defensively, the Hornets now need to find that Brian Crooks defensive turnover, defensive stop. We'll see what happens.
And we talked about on the offensive side, Chandler Galvin is going to need to make a play. Well, he did make that play in the receiver as well.
DJ Ralph comes back in at quarterback. Weimer gets taken down after a gain of a half a yard.
Nice job by Sean Morris in there. Jason Wallace applied pressure. He was up inside, a disruptive force, but Weimer does a nice job of picking up, or just got back to the line of scrimmage, actually.
Second down and 10. Barry to the near side of the field. In the slot next to him is going to be Daniel Stokes. Ralph had to come in because of an injury to Nash. They throw over here, throw it out, miss tackle, a whiff, down the field, steps out of bounds. So Stokes gets a big gain on a whiff tackle.
And that's what they do. They get the players out of the backfield, and this is what they were so special and have been for years. Just a little flat pattern to give your offense a little bit of momentum and pick up that first down.
Barry stays to this side of the field. Stokes goes to the far side of the field. First down and 10 across the 30. Clock is running. Ralph throws across the middle of the field. Dropped. Another pass dropped by a receiver on either team. And Corey, I haven't seen that many drop passes as Maxwell can't haul it in.
Yeah, I haven't seen this many drop passes in any type of game, any level, in a long time. And he heard Chandler Brown's footsteps coming up to lay a hit on him.
Andrew Wimmer in the running back position. Ralph is the quarterback position. Second down and 10, right across the 30. Ralph sees the outside linebacker going. They do release him. Here it is. Ralph rolls away. He's got nobody on him. Throws the lefty, throws it. Gain of 4. Nice roll away by a left-handed quarterback. Then throws it the opposite direction for a gain of 4.
Dimitri Hernandez came up with the rush on that left side. Or was that Troy McDonald? No, that was Troy McDonald and Dimitri Hernandez coming out. He rolls out of it.
3:26 to go in the game. The Bobcats at the 35. Third down and 7. Ralph goes back. They throw it out in the flat. Wimmer, what a move! Oh my goodness, Corey Neyland. Oh, let me just break those breadsticks off at the gravy.
Yeah, that was nice. That was brutal. New jock needed at the 40 mark. That was just beautiful to move. And you saw the play coming, and that's what they do, out of the backfield, just in the flat to get you moving forward.
Wimmer up the middle. Gets a gain of how many? Well, he's been averaging about 9 every time he carries the ball. They're down at the 40. We're down at the 240 mark. We're getting close to field goal range. Is it going to be that Saddleback game again where it's a kick and your heart is broken if you're a Hornet fan? Crowds up on both sides of the stands. DJ Ralph goes up, throws behind the receiver. There's nobody there.
And here's where your linebackers are going to have to be extra cautious and extra smart because Wimmer's still in the backfield. Again, he's going out to the flats. You need to have somebody there to connect with him when the pass is thrown and when the pass is received. Because like you just saw, you give him any type of move, he might be able to juke you to the end zone.
3rd down and 2 at the 41. Wimmer got him across midfield. They hand it off to him up the middle. 1st down, Bobcats.
All Joe.
You know what? I'm going to have to contact IATSE because they should have had that strike. Some of these technicians should just not be on a camera.
All Joe.
So it's a 1st down. 2 minutes exactly in this game. Ralph has come in at quarterback. Taking Nash's play and is moving the team. Hornets look like they want to come. Here they come. Ralph's going back. Tries to throw it to Wimmer. They do, but he's dropped behind the 40.
And this time Jalen Early connects with him as he needed to be. And Wimmer, nice job by Ralph to get it away. And nice, better catch by Wimmer who grabbed it with his left hand and brought it in.
1:30 to go. Saddleback has all 3 timeouts left. 2nd down and 13 at the 40. Ralph looks back. The Hornets come up. Here's comes the pressure. Ralph tries to roll away from him. He got no place to go.
Bryce Dunnick, Jalen Early, Amari Williams. Big 2nd down play. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Timeout Saddleback.
So again, Brian Crooks brought the pressure and the defense, and again, there was really no route to alleviate any type of quick throw from Ralph to alleviate that pressure and that hit and that sack.
So this is what I'm going to run if I'm the Bobcats. I'm going to send my guys downfield. I'm going to have Wimmer sneak out of the backfield. I'm going to get him on a crossing route. No, you're not going to go for that?
No, I don't go for that crossing route. I just go, I keep my players, I keep my receivers. You are going to run one crossing route, but I make sure I have my back Wimmer, have him in the flat because this is 2-down territory anyway. So you pick up a
I'm looking to
good
pick up
chunk,
8.
8 to 10, 8 to 12 yards. Then you're working with a 4th down and let's say 8 yards to go, 9 yards to go. That's manageable of what we've seen here.
Okay, we'll see which routes they run and what connection counts. I'm 1 for 1 on plays and rules. Big 3rd down. Ralph looks to come. They come with the 4-down lineman. Little screen pass. Ralph throws the middle of the field. 4th down. 1:08 to go in the 4th quarter. The Hornets are up by 1. Joseph Poplenko is taking, what are you, popping heart pills over there? Boy, could you have seen him in Sacramento with us?
Oh, man, him
and Ryan.
And again, Saddleback wisely is going to use their 2nd timeout of the half. And so 4th down, 20 yards to go, 18 yards to go. So you have one of these.
Excuse me? So it seems like Saddleback's had problems with their headset, so that's why we were talking. I'm just letting people know why we were talking to somebody else and not calling the game.
Oh, we don't care about that. Audience doesn't matter. Here's the thing, Mark. They want to hear what's going on. They want to know. They want to hear our conversation. How many times have I talked to Phil on the air? As we have an intense game, Mark. As you said, up by 1, and here's where you need your 1st down, Fullerton. You're going to have to bring at least one other rusher.
1:08 to go. 4th down and 18. The Hornets up by 1. The crowd will let you know. Ralph back there. They bring just the 4-down lineman. He's got time. He spins around. The Hornets sack him. He's down at the 44-yard line.
Jordan Rice with the biggest sack of his Hornet career. The starting in at the beginning of the season. This game, he gets his his 4th sack of the season. And again, Ralph was doing a nice job in the pocket. He evaded the rush, Mark. All of a sudden, Jordan Rice's hand shoots out and grabs his jersey and didn't let go. And with only 1 timeout remaining, Saddleback can only stop the clock once.
Corey,
61 seconds to play.
I knew I called the other thing for the win, but we just had but we had that conversation. We said through our 18 and 19 years, it was Casey Mazzota and Brian Crooks that have to win the game. Their group. What happened here again today? It was a Brian Crooks defense that had to come up with the plays. The Hornets take a knee.
Matt Blackney, the only quarterback who can take a snap under center, takes a snap under center, takes it down, quick timeout. Their last one by Saddleback. Man, what a ball game.
We all said before the game, you and I said, Saddleback, Hornets, it comes down to, we talked about big plays that usually win the game by 1 or less than 7.
They haven't let us down at all. They didn't let us down, and that's the ball game, gentlemen.
So your Fullerton College Hornets do their part in setting up what could be a conference championship next week here on SportsNetUSA.net. Well, we're going to get out of here in a second. Don't forget tonight at 6 o'clock, Ryan Osborne on SportsNetUSA.net brings you Golden West College against San Diego Mesa. If you're a Hornet fan, watch that game because the outcome will determine what next Saturday looks like on SportsNetUSA.net. For Corey Neyland, Joseph Pavlenko, guys, all I can say is this has been a typical Saddleback game with your Hornets coming out on top, 31-30 on SportsNetUSA.net.